ahoy, and g'day once again to ye, my lords, my ladies, and everybody else not sitting on a cushion or in a well-defined gender bracket. I be Josh the Pirate, and with me I have me hearty crew. It is said that she once had a fist fight with two nuns and a chemist over how to pronounce hors d'oeuvres, and that she can't see the colour purple. It's Daria Zhdanova. The rumours state that he holds the record for the world's largest unpaid bar tab, and he has never sneezed. It's John Best.
One of those is not true.
According to legend, they can tell the weight of a mongoose simply by listening to it, and their first word was Arriba! It's Ardanna the Lorite. And I read somewhere that she maintains an 8-person polycule mainly as a vehicle for a book club, and that she invented Tostitos. It's Keren, the mother of bunnies.
I mean, what else do you use a polycule for?
True.
We have an evaporative air conditioner called Polycool, and I'm like,
Nice.
I don't think that means what you think it is, but okay.
Isn't that a Pokemon?
It's a yeah.
Probably. Or it will be.
Soon.
And in the DM seat tonight is the wonderful Josh the Pirate. It's been said that he can tell you the exact height of a mountain just by looking at it. Unfortunately, he won't tell you unless you pay him $1 million, and no one has yet to take up this offer. On the bright side, he did win $75 and a free drinks voucher by winning a flamenco dance competition simply by putting a scorpion down his pants. It's Josh the Pirate!
Well, let's talk about these lovely folks then, shall we, everybody? Daria, who the absolute heck are you?
I'm Daria. I am an artist. I play whoever, I guess, now on this channel. So I'm excited to be here. Hello.
John, who the heck are you?
Hi, I'm John. I am an actor, a dancer, and once again, after 11 long months, a technomancer. Yay, I have a job.
That's what John has to report. Ardanna, who the heck are you?
Hello, I'm Ardanna or Joe. I run stuff over at the Lorite here on Twitch, and my brain is cooked since Monday because my players are insane.
And Keren, who the heck are you, my love?
Hello, I am Keren, sometimes known as the mother of bunnies. I'm a performer, a writer, an internet addict, and for the last few weeks, the incredible coughing machine.
Mm-hmm.
Look upon me and tremble as I cough so hard I break into a sweat.
Yawn.
I'm trembling, but only like below the waist.
I mean, the fish
That's
are
the best
trembling
place.
because apparently I am the angel of
mother
death
of
as far
death.
as Josh's pet fish are concerned.
Yeah, look. We've lost 6 in a 3-day span.
Damn.
But
Fish are difficult.
what the thing is, they're all the same species. We haven't lost. And the rabbit's fine. But it was just all one kind of fish just died. I was like, cool, all right, those can't hack that amount of water change that rapidly, apparently. Hey, Pickalek, how are you, my dear?
Oh, on the bright side, I have seen both the barbed catfish.
They're very
at the
durable,
same time.
I'm not surprised. Yeah.
So they are both alive, can confirm. I'd only seen one at a time so far. I was a little worried, but I've seen both of them at the same time, so they're definitely both alive.
It's just all the really cool, quite exciting and expensive fish that have died. The really cheap ones, or the ones I got for free, they're fine.
Isn't that the goddamn economy right now?
Yep. The $15 Congo tetras, they died instantly. The clown loach, which are really rare, also died. But the barb catfish, both of which I acquired for free, totally fine, not a problem. And I be Josh the Pirate. You can find me here on my channel, Corsairs Cove, where I run D&D and other TTRPGs like Teens in Space. Space. And
You said that so loudly that Zoom filtered it out.
Good.
Teens in where?
Somewhere.
Yeah.
My golden comets and shabunkin bloody thriving and breeding. Good! That's what you want. Not been able to keep
I killed a
catfish
lot of
alive.
those
Oh, wow.
as a child. This
Yeah.
is why I normally don't touch the fish tank.
Yeah, I'm considering offering it to other people at this point. I'm like, wow, we've dropped below the population threshold. I wonder if Quadrupoptree might like it. If you like my majestic voice, but you think I could stand to tone the face down a bit, you can check me out on the podcast There Be Dragons, where I play the infamous and deadly pirate Skern Felspar und his little dragon Crush. Otherwise, here is where you find me. Although Keren and I are, I believe, going to appear over on the Lorite at some point in June. To play Apple Bottom Jeans and Boots with a Fur, a pair of gnomish lesbians.
Amazing.
I'm very excited. Before we go on, Keren, would you quickly remind us about the Ukrainian people?
Yes. You may be aware of the war in Ukraine. It's, like my cough, is persisting. But unlike my cough, you can help by following the donation link in chat and throwing some digital pennies into their proffered digital hat. This metaphor is getting very complicated. Yes, I should probably stop. But no, you must throw the digital pennies into the digital hat of please let us help the war-torn people. Yes, so if you can follow the link in chat and do just that. And then feel all warm and positive about yourself for the rest of the day.
Nice. I must also remind our intrepid, curious, and possibly even interrogative audience to please like, follow, and subscribe to all the things, you bloody champions. We have all the exclamation mark socials. Boop. We have a YouTube where you can watch the previous short-run series of Teens in Space that we ran 2 and a bit years ago that Ardanna was in, that was a laurel winner at the Baltimore Next Gen Webfest. Or was it the Rio Webfest? One or the other. We got into a film festival with one of the episodes because it was really freaking fun, and I had a great fun reading back through my notes from it today, going, oh yeah, we did do that. That was awesome. I was very clever back then, turns out. And we have, that you can see those over on our YouTube. And we have a Discord, if you want to come and hang out with us there, as long as you're a real person, not a bot trying to sell me art. I've got Daria for that, and she's comfortably more talented than most
I'm the
artists.
bot that sells you art, god damn it.
That's it.
And a very convincing one as well. You'd never know she's not actually a human.
Once again, the Russian bots come out. Sirenscape is providing the music that is gracing your ear holes, and we are affiliated with the wonderful Troll Lord Games. If you want another different TTRPG system that isn't Teens in Space or D&D, you can check them out over at their website, trolllord.com. I believe they're currently still running a Kickstarter for the level 4 of Castle Zagzig, which is Gary Gygax's epoch making his first giant castle, and they're now onto the 4th stage down. So check that out at Kickstarter. What else? So, mateys, let us tremulously at first, and then with mounting heat and passion, boldly go where only the people who evolved there have been before, into Teens in Space. So, the game. We're going to start with the game is very... The game, as stated, is a very heavily into a Session 0, and we haven't had one yet. Because Keren and I were both sick last week. So we're going to do a sort of a one now. We've had a chat over the Discord about how we want to approach this, what characters we want to play. So everybody has a vague idea of their character, but the best way to sort of nail down who you are in relation to each other is to do it live. So that's what we're going to do. So I'll go around the screen and get everybody to give us a sort of introduction. Oof, Tony, 23 months subscription. Thank you very much, mate. And yeah, tell us a little bit about yourself. We'll start with Keren because she did it live, so she actually has a vague idea of who she is and what she's doing. I want a physical description and also a personality, what they're kind of like. Shoot.
So I am playing an Asperian called Arlette, Hushler of the Plains. obviously Hushla is her surname, family name. Of the plains indicates the geographical area from which her people come.
Her homeworld, if you want to know, I made it up this afternoon, is Vather.
Homeworld is Vather.
Vather.
Cool.
What is the species again?
Esperian. So these are large-brained pacifists with psionic powers. They basically think you can negotiate your way through anything, which is great, because they evolved on a planet without any real natural predators. So you don't have to fight about shit, you can just talk about shit. And so they're excellent ambassadors, which is what Arlette's parents are ambassadors. She, however, is bucking the familiar trend just a little bit, because she doesn't want to be a ambassador specifically. She wants to be sort of more of an assistant role, where she has an encyclopedic knowledge about the different kind of species and their cultures. So the ambassador's like, oh, we've got somebody coming in from Bloobity Blue, and she's like, Bloobity Blue, I've been there, I know all about it, let me tell you how to approach this.
Blah.
She wants to be that person. She's very curious. She likes knowing things.
What does she
Very
look like?
Curious to a fault, one might say.
We will discuss
so-
fatal flaws.
Yeah, so in terms of appearance, the closest analog I said is kind of like a 4 to 5 foot tall, almost like a frill neck lizard. Because frill neck lizards are one of the weird species that can walk on 4 legs or 2. Which for some reason I had in my head was something that Arlette can do. So she can walk on 4 legs or 2. She can actually fly her ship with all 4 feet, which is very nifty.
Extremely useful given the kind of ships you have.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the ship is hers. It's a extra ship her dad had to pick up in an ambassadorial emergency, which he has not explicitly given consent for her to take, but implied consent was given for her to take the ship and go on an adventure for schoolies. And it's a very adaptable ship because it is, intended for ambassadorial work. So, like, the flying controls are very adaptable. So Arlette can set them in her preferred 4-foot configuration, or you can go into a more traditional two-limbed setup if you prefer. Sorry, I was talking about what she looks like. Yeah, she looks a bit like a large frill-neck lizard. So she's like 4 to 5 foot tall. She's got kind of soft teal-coloured scales. And the tip of her kind of frill is pink. And the frills aren't an aggression thing because, evolved on a planet without predators. So it's more of a formal thing. Formal occasions when you want to, look your best, or if you want to look powerful.
You get your frills out.
Get your frill out.
The frill would be a heat dissipation method. That's what it would have evolved for. So like a radiator.
Yes. They wear simple clothes. Rather than focusing on how complex the garment is, it'll be how complex the fabric is. So the more kind of fancy and intricate the fabric is, the higher the status. And her color will shift slightly with emotion. So she gets bluer if she's feeling extreme emotions.
But you can't tell what emotion, she just feels it more strongly. So
yeah,
if
she's
angry
feeling
or
any particular
excited,
emotion
she'll be very
strongly.
blue.
She's going to turn blue, but what emotion she's feeling, it's up for
Isn't so
debate.
obvious. Right, cool.
And
it's not like
if
a
she's
mood ring.
and if she's using her psionic powers, you can actually see her brain pulsing, which is a bit creepy if you haven't hung around a lot of Esperians. But obviously, she's pretty used to it at this point. I'm just going to mention Uncle Terry. Because he's kind of tied to a few things. Her uncle is Uncle Terrywell, or Uncle Terry, and he's very much the black sheep of the family. He's currently in prison for smuggling illegal alien liquor. He actually used this ship to do it, causing a minor political scandal. for Arlette and her family. So the ship was, in the wake of the scandal, jokingly renamed 2 to 15 years because that's the sentencing guidelines for smuggling illegal alien liquor. So Uncle Terry's doing 2 to 15 in the slammer, and the ship has a bit of a reputation.
Cool.
Can you
Thank
put the
very
actual
much.
name of the ship?
2 to 15.
2 to 15.
Oh, that's the actual name. Oh,
That's the
I see,
actual
I see.
name of the ship is 2 to 15.
Okay, got it.
I think we said what the name was before, and I can't remember. But yeah,
I don't recall either.
yeah. So it's
I love that.
like landing control. This is 2 to 15.
Yeah. Anything else, or is that enough? I think it's
She's
pretty good.
in regular Earth years, she's 27, but that's very much late teens by Esperian standards.
Cool. So I think I like all of these characters are 17, 18 by human standards, even though like it may very much differ for their own species. Let us go clockwise to someone who's played the system before. Ardanna, tell me about Shari. That's anti-clockwise.
So
I'm not good at this.
I'm not watching the stream, so I don't know. I just had the chat up, but so Shari is a Therinian, which means bear people. It sort of. She's kind of small for a bear person. She's only 5'10", and she looks like a Newfoundland dog, like
Oh,
big poofy face and in a dark brown with gray tips and streaks through it. How to describe? She usually wears whatever she finds, like space, thrift stores, donation bins, things like that, because she tends to move around a lot. Imagine all of us have been to school at one point or another, higher education. You know, that person is going through university or similar, possibly couch surfing, and definitely gets all of their clothing from a thrift store. And their lunches are just, they hang out with people who bring lunch.
Vather,
That's Shari.
Vather is probably why Shari went there to finish high school, is that Vather is very much a welfare state. It is wealthy enough that there is a sort of a low-level basic income and something of a communist utopia. Socialist utopia. Most things are vaguely free at the base level. So it was a place that she wouldn't have had a free room and board, but she would have had a sleeping tube laid on by the school if she needed one, which is essentially a coffin with a TV on the roof. But it's a place to sleep. It's warm, it's dry. Breakfast and dinner are provided by the school. And she gets a free recycled pair of clothing once a week.
Also, then, and never mind the fact that I think more people like the rest of this group have probably found her on their couch from time to time. Yeah. Not entirely sure how she got there or why. But
she just has that way
she's
about her.
Yeah, she is a hitchhiker. But considering that she is technically a teenager, it's more of a she's been moved from school to school, not because she was in trouble, but because she got bored. And then people were scared that the 5'10" teenage bear would get up to mischief.
What? Who would think that?
Cool.
Yes, that's basically.
I think that's excellent. Thank you very much. Daria, would you like to tell us about Gdunk?
Yes, I would. So I am
no.
playing a Neozo, which is when they take a normal animal and basically with technology, with cybernetics, transform them into a thinking like humanoid. So it's like an experiment, very much so. So he's like slightly larger than a normal beaver, with pretty
He's
underdeveloped.
bigger than the average beaver.
Yeah, bigger than the average beaver. Pretty underdeveloped intellect, but he's very like intuitive about ships. Because he grew up on a ship. He is a result of a lonely pirate captain's want to have a kid. And so they just rescued one normal beaver and stuffed him full of cybernetics and made him a forever child, basically. So he has a little propeller hat with the razor blades on top. He was raised by pirate crew of one Hrothgar the Grim on the ship the Grimdig. And he has never known a life beyond ships until very recently, when the pirate crew of the Grimdig was sold out to the authorities. Gdank assumes that it's Varric's second in command, Benthosa evil sentient pond, because somehow when the entire captain's like crew, including the captain, our Chimaven captain, Hrothgar, was sent into the prison, Varrix was nowhere to be seen. And Gdank was left out of the proceedings because he was considered too young to be put into jail. And so he gets letters sometimes from prison from his loving pirate dad, and I don't know if Keren would be okay with it, but it's probably the same prison that Uncle Terry is in.
Definitely.
Which is
Yeah.
how we were put in contact together. My dad.
I met a guy in here. Says, look up this kid.
Yeah.
That's a fucking
So
cybernetically
Hrothgar-
enhanced beaver. It's like, okay.
Yep. Yeah, Hrothgar's like, hey, I'm gonna put you in contact with this kid who's on a ship. And I'm like, I love ships. Let's go. So I think I'm not really huge on the school thing that we're doing. I'm more excited about being on a ship because that's like my comfort space. So yeah, I'm a cybernetically enhanced beaver with a propeller hat. I love sweets. I love to tinker. I love chewing on wires.
Love it. Amazing.
Also, if you don't know what Gdank means, Gdank is like a cafeteria on a US submarine, on a
Oh.
vessel.
Really?
Yeah, that's why it's called that. Yeah.
Why do they need a different name? Because it's on a submarine? Like, why
In
not
the
just call
Navy,
it...
in Marine Corps, Gdank has been used to refer to junk food, particularly ice cream as well. So
Ah, that makes sense.
Okay.
sweets on a ship, that's Gdank.
Sure.
Ah,
Daria, I'm carrying over your inspiration and a D4 from the last time we played when we did D&D First Ed. So yeah, you still have both of those. Nobody else does except me. So the rest of you can earn it the old-fashioned way. A D4 would be a D4 that you can add, and the inspiration. It works exactly the same. It's a reroll and a D4.
Nice.
The ships in this setting are all solar sailors as well. So yeah, they would have like small like jet fuel engines to get to orbit, but actually in space, the fastest way to travel is solar power. The setting itself is fairly... I mean, each planet is quite distinct and different, and there is an awful lot of settlements and planets and things like that. But yeah, it's a very crowded star system. All travel within it. All the it's very unlikely that you guys will leave the star system that you're currently in. Because whilst faster than light travel is possible, it takes so long, even in the laws of physics, to get from one place to another by faster than light travel. It's several months. It's not. It is inconvenient, not really difficult. But so most people never leave the solar system they were born in, and most solar systems feature most species. But there is absolutely plenty of room for adventure within the system you're in, and they tend to be very densely populated, with artificial habitats as well as planets, planetoids, moons, and so forth. I just thought I'd give the audience some background on the space. Most of the ships would be called sunjammers. Certainly the fast ones built for speed. Otherwise a cargo hauler or something like that. But I really love the term sunjammer. John, tell me about Kenneth.
Cool, yes. So Kenneth is a Kai Maven, which is a bird folk kind of race, except they were enslaved many years ago by a race that looks like moles and spends all their time underground, which is a point for Kenneth. He's like, how? How did that happen? How did birds become enslaved by people underground? Anyway, so they did, and they were genetically tested upon, and they lost their ability to fly. So yes, that said, well, because of that, and they have won their independence because the mole people joined the Galactic Central Group, and the Galactic Central Group were like, can you let them go, please?
Yeah.
Yeah. And so all of them tend to have a bit of a chip on their shoulder and cannot back down from a challenge or an insult, which is great. So yes, that's happening. He also is a free runner. And combines, like, he does a bunch of like acrobatic urban free running, but also has like hard light feathers that he's bought, so he can do a limited flight and he likes to combine the two, so like run up somewhere, glide a little bit, run somewhere else. Yeah. So that's a little bit about him. He I think that's probably about enough, I think.
What's he look like?
What's he look like? He's iridescent red, I think, for his back, like just the center of his back, but most of the rest of him is blue. Mm-hmm. His back and his arms are iridescent red. The rest is blue. His hard light feathers are like fire engine red that come down from his arms.
Nice.
Like a cape?
Yeah.
How old is he?
Yeah. I was not given any kind of this is how long they live, so I'm going to assume they don't live super long. Birds.
No, that was my
maybe?
instinct as well. 60 years max.
I was going to say, yep.
So he'd
maybe
probably
6?
be, 6. Cool.
Huh?
I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah. They
Sweet.
grow. They mature very quickly. From chick to full grown, they'll do the whole run in 8 years flat. So their adult lifespan is around about the same as a human's, but they get there much quicker. I like that. Mm-hmm. Cool. I really enjoy in sci-fi settings, particularly coming up with the sort of, at least notionally, how. For a reason was like evolutionarily why. I like science in my science fiction, even if it's bullshit science. I do like it needs to sound like it. I was like, I don't need to see the DNA, but I would like to have a notional idea of why this is the way it is.
So you're okay with the neutrinos mutating?
Obviously not. Neutrinos don't mutate. There are so many other words they could have used. The neutrinos are acting in a way we've never seen before, interacting with each other in a way we've never seen before. I'm like, that's fine. Just mutating. No. It's an element of matter. It's anyway. There are levels. You can do better than that. So, we now know a little bit about all these peeps. We know tropes. Presumably Gdunk is a mechanic.
Well, yeah, I wanted to ask the team, what do we want more? Because I'm between 3 things.
Uh-huh.
I can do... Mechanic is not a trope I see.
Oh.
I see medic and merc.
Oh, definitely not that then. What else we got?
Yeah. So I was wondering like what is better to round out the group, because I was looking either at shipborne or scoundrel or experiment. So whatever because it can be one of those three. I'm fine either way. I just wanted to know like what stats that we have
Okay.
that I can.
Well,
yeah.
that's great. Actually, oh no, that's. Oh no, experiment is good because the reason I was thinking is we've got some flight already. Because I was also like, hey, it's a flying bird. No, I shouldn't do flight because we've got a couple of flighty people, I think, already.
So you're a captain, aren't you?
I'm a captain, so I'm going with grit. I
Grit
love this.
brains.
Yeah. Captains have terrible fight, and I cannot say no to a challenge. So that's going to be great fun.
Very durable,
Okay.
though.
So
Yeah.
John's character is brains and flight. Yeah.
Grit.
what about
Brains and
yours?
grit. Flight is a
Brains
10.
and grit.
Keren
see.
is a dreamer, which is flight and charm,
Lights and charm.
with a bit of
Okay.
brains.
So I talk everyone down after
You do have engineer.
Kenneth has gotten into shit.
Is the other option? I would say would be the other option for Gdunk. But that is brains and grit.
Yeah. What about Ardanna? What's your like main
Shari
stats?
was a
She's a hitchhiker.
Hitchhiker.
So flight and grit.
flight and grit.
Flight and grit.
So we're short on
Yeah.
brawn and fight.
I think in that case I'll probably go engineer. Brains, grit, and brawn being the highest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that good?
Yeah.
We have
Experiment.
no fight. I love
Experiment is fight.
Yes, I can go experiment, which is fight, brains, and flight, the highest. Or engineer, brains, grit, and brawn. What do you guys prefer?
What was the other thing?
You know what?
Missionary
It could be
duty,
funny.
Shipborne as well.
Shipborne, flight, grit,
Shipborne
brawn.
is
It's
flight,
not-
grit, brawn.
It's not. It doesn't add anything.
But we have flight.
That's
Yeah.
fine. I appreciate. I really approve of you like asking everybody else. I really would like you to make the call for you though, for your character. I don't mind you guys being shit at something. There's only 4 of you, so you're not going to be able to cover all the bases with a 20.
Yeah.
It's also worthy to note that these are solar sailors. They carry several sails each, and the sails need to be trimmed. So piloting one of these ships requires a minimum of 2 people. One to do the driving, one to do the trimming of the sails. Arlette can do it solo because she's got 4 hands, essentially, but she can't do it brilliantly solo. She can do a very basic job of trimming the sails with her feet while she steers with her hands. But yeah, it really does require a second person with decent flight. So Shari would be roped in to be the other, even though amusingly Kenneth would also be the sort of expected to be good at that. So Gdunk, notionally on board, would probably be the mechanic, but these things don't require a huge amount of, like, they have engines, but they're not the primary means of getting somewhere. The power is generated by the light on the sails.
I think I will go experiment just because he does not have big smarts. Gdunk is very like stunted in childhood mode. He's after all a beaver with some cybernetics. He's like intellectually not the strongest, but he has a lot of like animal rage in him, I'd say.
So that's fight and brains.
Yes.
Yep, cool. I love it. Excellent. Yeah, sweet. Awesome. So we know their names, we know their pronouns. I do love that is a specific question that they ask. Engineers, brains, and grit. Yeah, I think experiment makes sense. Like, he's smart. He's just, it's not his primary...
yeah, he's more like he's smart through his cybernetics, not through his own like understanding of the world.
Right.
He's very like, ooh, something's firing there. I'm gonna do this. I don't know why.
Charming at all.
No, he's a weird little creep.
Yeah.
Like, where did Uncle Terry find this kid?
And he's straight up a beaver physically, so he's not very strong.
Yep.
A big beaver, but still a beaver. So brawn being a
Do you
D6
guys
makes
know that
sense.
kid from Shrek? Do the roar! Like that, but a beaver with a propeller hat. That's Gdank.
Which kid?
Do the roar! The kid in the like Shrek 4? God, what a pull.
Okay, I've watched Shrek 4 like one time, so I'm
Sorry,
not shocked
I'm
I don't
talking to
remember
old
this.
people. I forgot. Sorry.
Wow.
I remember every detail of Shrek 1 and 2, thank
Yeah.
you very much.
Yeah,
Quote a
if I
chapter
watched
and
Shrek
verse,
1
fuck
4
you.
times.
But
Wow, I got rage baited you guys so
you
quick.
did.
You're gonna take my inspiration back right now.
I think the average age of the other 4 players is about 37. No, it'd be higher than that. Ardanna and I push it up. Probably nearer 39. Cool. Alrighty. Let's not get any further into that. So we know our species. We know our tropes. Daria, what do you remember about yourself before the experiment?
Being in a lovely little water, chewing on some trees. Yum yum yum.
Cool. What do you remember from during the procedures?
I think it was very traumatic. Like sizzling of my fur, like flashing of lights, the rocking of the ship. But I think the thing that I remember the most, like the face of my captain dad, that I basically like imprinted on immediately, like and when the procedure was done.
Okay. And what advice from a parent or mentor do you still remember?
Well, probably like my captain's
Captain
words,
Dad,
like
yeah.
go out there and make history. Like he was
Oh.
like loving in a way a bloodthirsty, ambitious pirate would be. He's like he's one of a kind
I know.
kid. Go and give him hell, you know.
Even terrible parents can have good intentions.
Yeah, that's it. He's a terrible person, but an actually weirdly okay parent. All right. What?
It's always fascinating when, like, objectively terrible people, like, their kids are like, they were such a good, like, parent. What the hell? I'm like, 2 things can be true at once.
This is true. So, fatal flaws. What is everybody's fatal flaw? Arlette, I believe, was insatiable curiosity.
Curious to a fault. So, she may take
Where
her
can we
pursuit
find
of
that?
knowledge.
I'm so sorry.
It's something you're creating, you're making up for yourself.
Oh, okay,
a
thank
fatal
you.
flaw is something that is interesting but not game-breakingly bad. Mechanically, when a player makes a decision with bad consequences based on your fatal flaw, I will award you 2 adversity tokens instead of 1 for a failed check. So if you do something that is potentially a really stupid idea, but interestingly, narratively, I will reward you better. Failure in this game is not necessarily a bad thing. If you fail a roll, you get an adversity token for the next time you make a roll. Adversity tokens can either power abilities or improvements that you have, or give a +1 to a check. You can donate them to other people as well, but you have to be able to narratively explain how you did so. And there are 2 kinds of checks as well in this game. There is the prepared, sort of something, is a snap decision and a prepared action. Prepared action, you can just take the average on the dice you would be using, and then add things to it. So if it's a flight check and you have a D20 for that, you just get an 11, which might be enough, but not necessarily. And other people can add their adversity tokens to pump it up. Snap decisions, other people can't add their adversity tokens, though you can add yours. I think is the primary distinction. Yeah, you can still roll. However, you don't have to take the half on a prepared action, on a planned action. Yeah, on a snap decision, you can't take half, and the other players can't donate their things. Yeah, that's pretty much the way that's basically it. Failures aren't necessarily bad. and if you roll if you roll the max on a dice, the dice explodes and you can roll again. So you can roll a 12 on a d4. It's unlikely, but you can do it. In fact, the d4 is the most likely dice to explode, so you actually have a not bad chance of it. It's almost more likely to roll above a 6 on a d4 than it is on a 6. It's kind of fun like that. I don't know the specific statistics on it, but it wouldn't shock me. So there's everybody has 6 abilities. There's more for the audience than the players, but everybody has 6 abilities: flight, fight, brains, brawn, grit, and charm. And everybody has one of the polyhedral dice set in each stat, and you choose which by picking your trope.
May I ask a question? From Neozo, I got a bonus +1 to fight.
Yes.
My fight is a d20, so
Yep.
it's a d20 +1.
Yes. Meaning the maximum you
Okay.
can roll is a 21. Yeah.
Okay.
The +1
cool.
does not make your dice explode, though. So if you get a 19, it doesn't become a 20. But yeah, that is handy. And I believe you can use improvement points to give yourself further bonuses or other things. But we'll get on to improvement points in a moment.
Yeah.
Because so your fatal flaw is something about your character that you are welcome to play into as much as possible, and rewards could happen. I will normally reward people playing into something that is narratively interesting but not necessarily positive for their character. Even if they succeed, I will still reward the shit out of that because it's always interesting when people do that. But if you fail, it is not a bad thing to fail for. So Arlette's was curious to a fault. Kenneth had, I think, something similar.
Sort of the opposite. It was decisiveness.
Oh, that's right. It was Shari who had curiosity.
You gave both of the pilots of the ship curiosity.
Deeply curious. Oh, good.
We're going this way.
Excellent.
I wonder how close you can get to a black hole before you start feeling the sucking force.
Let's try.
You need to know that. I do.
I very much do need to know this information now that it's been mentioned. Kenneth is decisive.
Yes, I think, he just says yes before he fully understands what he said yes to.
Okay, right. So how do we word this as a flaw? Because I would label decisiveness as usually a positive trait.
Like over decisiveness. I don't know if there's a word for that.
Chooses quickly.
Rash?
Impulsive?
Yeah, impulsive.
Rash.
Yes.
I like rash as well. Yeah.
So, rash.
Here's the goes with the first choice.
Yes.
Anything that runs,
and as well, like it feeds into his racial trait of like can't back down. Like literally, that's part of the Chimaven stuff. Is I am not allowed to back down from a challenge or an insult.
Yeah.
So yeah, if it sounds like a challenge or an insult,
I have written
he's doing it.
The worst adventure for this group. I didn't actually bear in... I knew most of this already, and I did not bear it in mind when I wrote this adventure, and I was like, perfect. I've nailed it. Excellent. I will not need to coax you into doing any of the things I want.
Nope. Just challenge us instead.
Yeah, fastest way to get Kenneth on your side? I bet you won't support me.
Yep.
Ah, fuck. And Kenneth's like, I'm probably aware that I'm being manipulated, and I'm still going to do it.
Yes.
I adore it when people, like, they can see they're being manipulated, but also it's that thing they can't let go. Like, if they're super competitive, the second it's a competition, they're like, you son of a bitch, I'm in.
Son of a bitch, I'm in. Alright, how about Gedunk's fatal flaw?
Capricious. He's like, he's very childlike in his mood swings. So he sees a candy, he gotta have it. He wants a nap, he's gonna be cranky. He's impulsive. He's like a very capricious kid.
What an amazing combination. Oh.
Yep.
Two super
You know,
curious,
like,
one
kids
very
that-
decisive, and capricious.
Yeah, you know those kids that like don't get it sweet and they throw themselves down on the floor and start doing like that's Gudunk.
Oh
Excellent.
man.
That's
But
why
he's
his
an
fight stat is so high.
angry
He's
beaver.
punching the floor.
Yep.
Alrighty. So, now, but the next question is, what items do you always have with you?
Pillowcase.
My propeller hat with razor blades. How many do we get?
As many, let's say 3. 3 max. I love Shari's pillowcase. You have pillow and pillowcase, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. So let's call it the pillow with the case. That's 1 item total. You always know where your pillow is. That's just hitchhiking rules 101. You know, that's a potential weapon. You can use it to hold things. You can even sleep on it if it's still clean enough at the end.
I think Guinness has at least one of his things is some very nice sneakers. Like he's a free runner. He likes to go fast.
Hell yeah.
He goes lots of places. So like they're comfy. They protect his feet. They're light.
Yeah. The hard light feathers would probably also be something he just always has.
Yeah.
Are they implanted or is they worn?
No, I think they're implanted.
Yeah, cool.
Because a lot of this apparently this race, like all of them want to fly again, so they like have rocket boosters or something.
Broadly, I think they were inspired by the Kenku from D&D,
right.
who are obsessed with flight as well. Though irritatingly limited, and I don't like people who choose to play them. Or rather, no, they're fine. It's just I've never seen it done well. It's always very fucking irritating because they can't speak. They can only memorize and copy other people. They're parrots. And it's really hard to do it in a way that's interesting and not fucking irritating.
Yeah. Kenkus are a one-shot or an NPC.
Yeah. Arlette, any fun things that you would have?
I believe I said she'd always have some sort of note-taking device.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like, I feel because we're, like, teens in space, it might be, like, a little, like, tablet and stylus she's got. But she's always got, like, the space equivalent of her notebook that she keeps track of.
I would
all
say
her...
it's a wrist-mounted sort of tab computer that projects a holographic screen, but she can just talk into it. So it can just be a vocal recording device, but sometimes you don't want to be making loud notes or people to hear exactly what it is you're recording. Cool.
I like to think that like she can also like write or sketch into it as well, so she can like bring it up and then like draw a crude little diagram of what she's talking about as well.
Anything else? And I address this to everybody. You can have 3.
Is there like a
Question.
recommended list of things?
I think yeah.
If I do a toolbox, is that 1 or should I take specific tool?
I'd say a specific tool for sure.
Okay.
Though it could be an implant.
Okay, I have 3 things: a propeller hat with razor blades, giant lollipop that I use as a pacifier when I get too angry, and a welding torch.
And a welding torch. Love it. Yep.
Could I
Shari
get-
Yep.
Would I be allowed like some sort of translator device?
Oh, I'd say so. Yeah. Sure.
Oh, that's fun.
Describe it.
I'm gonna
William.
say it looks a bit like a pocket watch. Like you can pop it open like a pocket watch, and it almost has like 2 screens in there, and one has like what it would be like in the language someone's speaking,
Yeah.
and one has in the language that you prefer.
So you press the button and the 2 halves fold out. The central part where the clock would be is a microphone, and then both sides, one displays what they're saying in their language, and the other displays the translation. Love that. Yeah. So it's a 2-way, and you can speak into it, and it shows, and then they can read it as well. That's very cool. I like that. Anything else for Shari other than a pillowcase?
Well, the pillow, and then she has one of those, the newspaper boy kind of cap. She gets kind of annoyed if that one goes missing, and I feel. What would her third thing be?
Ooh, what about like a map of all the places you hitchhiked to?
Yes, definitely.
Ticking
It's
the boxes.
not in detail.
No.
But it's like one of those you can. I feel it's a proper like a paper map,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
and it has like little ticks, and it's just like a
Little
bit
photos of her holding an Eiffel Tower.
It's an ancient tradition. Don't know where it came from.
Yeah.
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 But I feel like when you have one of those big maps of like Northern Europe or Americas, you have a little tick. You can do a little tick next to it. No explanation or anything like that. Just a little been there.
Done that.
And
Yeah.
paper or the equivalent
Yeah.
that you can have in a pocket. It's very wrinkly.
Of course.
It's been folded and unfolded, and no one can refold a map properly. So
Yeah.
I've thought of a third thing. Sorry.
And you can tell us about it in 5 minutes. John, you
Yes.
tell us yours while Keren recovers.
I think. I think Kenneth would have a combination of, like, where is everyone else in relation to me? Like some kind of map that.
Like a comms system?
No, like Arlette is that way.
Like a HUD map. Like
Sort of, maybe like a wrist-mounted one, or
Yeah.
or maybe glasses or something. Yeah,
like a Life 360.
maybe. But like, I think it doesn't like augment all of reality. It's just like he can bring up the location of the rest of his crew.
That's a really good idea. Again, I reckon wrist-mounted. Yeah, it's just a motion tracker with a range of about 15 meters. And you can program in life forms. So
Yeah.
it knows your crew because you've programmed them in like you would into a phone. But yeah, so you can also see strangers on it. It's like, don't know who that is, but they're within 15 meters. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
So
very
if
cool.
it's difficult to see as well, I guess he can use it to like avoid people. Yeah.
Love that. Keren, you good?
More or less. I was gonna say, can Arlette have like a single bottle of Uncle Terry's illegal hooch,
Oh.
Yeah.
which she found after
Yeah.
the fact, and has kept mainly because she doesn't know how to get rid of it without getting in trouble.
Yeah, it's
She's like,
desperately
how do I-
illegal. So you're like,
Yeah, it's super illegal. She kind of wants to get rid of it, but just isn't sure how without it being a whole thing.
yeah.
Because, like, yeah, she could just chuck it in a bin, but then someone might find it and drink it.
Alrighty. Love that. So, now we do the thing that I love doing, and I actually stole from this system for all other games that I run. The Getting to Know You game. But we will use the Teens in Space Getting to Know You version of it rather than the one I wrote separately based on it. So there are questions that you can answer, and there are positive or negative questions as well. So I'd like you to pick a person and decide whether or not you want to answer a positive or negative question about them. Then both of you will play the answer. So it becomes canon for both of you. I'm fine with a bit of negotiating between the two people, but person who rolled it has the final say. So who would like to go first?
May I ask before we get into it, are we gonna discuss improvements as well? Because I don't know what those really are.
Oh, sure. Let's talk improvements first, actually.
Thank you.
In fact, can we do the questions first? We'll get to improvements because the improvements, the questions may impact the improvements. So, yeah, who would like to ask a question first?
Oh, I can go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alrighty, Shari, who would you want? A positive or a negative question?
Let's make it spicy with a negative one.
Ooh, starting out interesting. And who about?
Let's go with Kenneth.
Kenneth. Alrighty, roll me a d20.
I rolled. That's a 2.
That's a 2. Oh, I love that. Okay, cool. What are you sure this crew member is hiding from the rest of the crew?
Oh shit.
Okay, I got so many ideas.
Good. John, you'll be going next as well. So pick a person.
Oh, yes, I have one. So Shari is sure that the locate crew device that Kenneth has is mainly to avoid other people so he doesn't have to take on challenges.
Ooh.
Oh.
Get
Ooh.
dunked on.
I think if you voiced that to Kenneth, that would be almost friendship ending. That he would take that like very. That would be insulting. That would be insulting.
Oh,
I
very
think.
much so, yeah.
So-
Which is probably why
Yes.
Shari hasn't said it.
Yeah.
No, she hasn't said, she's sure that's why, and she's like, yeah, I can respect that, and just moves on.
Great.
But yeah.
Sorry, my sound kind of glitched when you said that, so I didn't actually hear the whole sentence. Do you mind telling me what that was again? Ardanna?
Okay.
Like
So
it just like yeah. At the crucial mode, I'm like, what?
So Shari is convinced that the crew location thing that Kenneth has was first made so he doesn't have to interact with other people.
Cool.
Because of that thing where he has to accept any challenge, and it's like, if I don't talk to people,
That's
I don't
actually-
have to accept the challenges.
That's interesting. It also implies a little bit of an introverted introverted personality, but kind of also a self-awareness, which I really like. John, pick a person and say positive or negative.
Let's go positive about Arlette.
A positive question about Arlette. Roll me a d20, please.
Oh my god, sorry guys.
Poor Karen, dude. You.
That for like 2
Yeah.
fucking weeks.
3 now.
Damn.
Yeah. It's why we didn't last week.
Yeah.
It was a lot
wow.
worse last week.
It was a lot worse.
I got a 7, which is
7.
pretty fun.
Oh, yes! I love this question. It was excellent the last time. What archaic custom do you and this crew member have a mutual love for? What does Kenneth and Arlette both love doing?
How archaic? Like
Dealer's choice.
90s pop? Can we both really like the Backstreet Boys or something? Like, is that still a thing?
Definitely.
Kill Karen.
Like, no, everybody else is like, this is so ancient.
Yeah.
But for
This
us,
is
we're like,
considered
this is
classical.
amazing. Yes,
Um,
yes.
It's classical music. It's classical Earth music. The dysphoria, dysphoria, when everybody started moving out from their homeworlds and sort of mixing and matching, there was a whole bunch of interstellar species that achieved spaceflight round about the same time. And you are all members of, well, except for Gadunk, who isn't really technically a member of any species. All these species achieved it around about the same point. So they came along at roughly the same technological level and have all sort of intermingled to become the same technological level. There are a few species that were around before who kind of served as mentor species and do hold a little bit of their tech back because it is higher, and they're like, we can't really trust some of these Muppets with this shit yet. But generally speaking, yeah. it was probably in Earth years about 300 years ago when humans sort of started going out. So it is very much sort of... It would be equivalent to looking back to Beethoven.
Yes.
Is in terms of long ago. And also there's been so many other species mingling musics. However, audio music is something that not every species does. And humans produced a bizarre range of it as well. Like, I think humans are considered like, they just made, it was like, not all of it. By no, so every species has got like some earth music, fucking nails it, absolutely. But a lot of it doesn't. And just weirdly for Kenneth and Arlette, 90s pop. Specifically boy and girl groups. Ideally with 4 members or more, and it is potentially the combination of singing and dancing.
Yes.
How's that?
Yes.
Do they learn the routines from those like Backstreet's Back
Absolutely
video?
do.
Do they learn the routine? Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
you bet they do.
Mm-hmm.
But, neither of them are really human-shaped, so there's some interpretive shit going on here.
Yeah. Love that. You carry on. Karen, who would you like to answer a question about? You can go Gadunk, or you can go somebody else if you fancy. But
I'm gonna
Daria
go
hasn't
Gadunk,
turned.
because
Okay.
Gadunk hasn't gone yet, so...
Yep.
Let's do
True.
Gadunk.
Hooray!
Positive or negative? Karen?
We done one positive, one negative, so... Let's go negative.
I'm going to ask you all to do 2, so one of each. A negative one about Gadunk. That bodes well. Roll me a d20. 2 very needy Labradors here. And a sleepy Cavoodle Schnauzer mix.
Show us the puppies.
Want to see the puppies?
Yes, please.
There's
Oh,
Rupert.
puppies.
There's William.
Oh, hi, William.
There's Rupert again. They are very, very needy. And
Yes.
there's a Siri curled up.
Yeah.
William has been sitting next to me with his head on my lap for the last 10 minutes, going, Josh, for serious, man, we are so freaking hungry.
You just ate, yes, and we're so hungry.
No, they haven't actually eaten in about 10 hours. They got breakfast
okay.
at 9 o'clock this morning. Hey, Quad. Yeah, and I figure, Karen, I'm actually beginning to suspect that Rupert vomits when he is not eaten in a long time. Because Rupert's been having a really, he's been vomiting semi-regularly. But initially it was because I was giving him apple cores when I was making a smoothie for breakfast, and he turns out he's allergic to those. But
Oh, no.
he stopped vomiting with any food in it. And I reckon it's just... He's like, nope, it's been 12 hours, I'm vomiting. And I'm like... which is arguably the best time. If you're going to vomit, do it when you haven't eaten anything in so long that there's nothing in your stomach. But I am suspecting that that's actually what the problem is. But they were fed at 9 o'clock this morning, and they get fed twice a day at 12-hour intervals, so they can wait a little while. Particularly if I feed them now, I won't be up until 8 o'clock tomorrow morning, so they will be super hungry and probably vomiting. So, Karen, what did you roll on your d20?
17, DM.
17. Oh, no. Why is there a bounty out on Gadunk's head?
Oh.
We know why.
Boy.
We know.
No,
Oh
do
my,
something
oh my.
different.
Think of many reasons. Yeah. I am not allowed in any Disneyland anymore.
Does he need Peter Pan in the groin and then try to make out with one of the girls from Frozen?
My teeth, with my beaver teeth? That sucks for them.
She was into it.
Or the other way around. Need a girl from Frozen and tried to make out with Peter Pan's groin.
That's better. Yeah.
That's more like it. That's more like it.
I
I don't think he thinks about romance yet. He's
No.
not. He's not there.
He's also in a somewhat interesting position genetically, in that he's a beaver.
Yep.
And it's the...
How could you tell?
Well, it's the issue that a lot of species, like, it's covered, and I think Keren and I talked about it the last time we were streaming, about Piggy, the Gamorrean in the Star Wars book that Keren is currently reading. Piggy has had his intelligence artificially enhanced. The Gamorreans are like the pig guards from Return of the Jedi in Jabba's palace. They're normally very stupid creatures, but he's had his mind enhanced, and now he cannot find a partner in his own species with whom to breed, because he doesn't I kind of find intelligence attractive, and there isn't an intelligent female of my species. And whilst I actually even have the technology to improve their intelligence, morally I couldn't do that, because it's a horrible, horrible process.
Because someone gave me intelligence.
Because
so
I now
couldn't
have the
do that,
capacity to understand what I would be doing to them. So yeah, Gadunk is somewhat up a tree without a paddle there. So yeah, what's Gadunk wanted for?
I'm going to say, as much as I love the Disney idea, it wasn't my idea, so I feel like I shouldn't say that.
No.
I'm going to say that Gadunk has a bounty on him for gnawing down a very rare type of tree.
Ooh.
On a planet he
That's
visited once.
myself. Listen.
It just, that drunk was just so freaking tasty. Went right through that thing,
It
fell
was-
over. You were like, this is going to make a sick dam. And then the fuzz descended and you had to make a run for it.
A
And you don't
Sapporian-
fuck with tree law. Tree law is serious fucking business. So if they catch you, your ass going to jail and you were going to owe them so much money. So,
A Sapporan sugar tree.
Sapporan sugar tree.
Sapporan sugar tree. Here's the funny thing. My species has exactly that drawback. Because Neozos are illegal creations, many planets have an outright ban on their presence. Neozos who find themselves on such a planet are likely to be questioned by intergalactic police, so their creators can be brought to justice, and then they will be escorted off the planet. So either I'm booted out or thrown into jail. Either way, not great.
I would modify it slightly just for ease of game. Most in this setting, it would, the first part definitely, the second part not so much. Like most major planets in this system would not. They might like take you into care, but they wouldn't. You're not illegal. Your very existence shouldn't be. You should not be punished for the illegal actions of others. Is
They're
generally
probably
the opinion.
like every planet they ask me like who created you, and I'm like Dad's
He's already
in
imprisoned.
jail. Like you're fucking too late. Yeah, whatever.
Get in line.
Interestingly, not for creating me. They're on that. Alrighty, Daria, who do you want to answer a question about?
I would like to know something about Kenneth. Something positive, please.
A positive question about Kenneth. Roll me a d20.
Okay. 12.
A 12. What's the
A 12.
kindest thing you've ever seen Kenneth do?
Oh. Okay, so Kenneth is a pilot, yeah?
Yes.
Um,
A captain.
Can I ask first?
Leader.
Captain.
A captain. How did we meet? Do I know?
We don't know yet.
I feel Kenneth and Arlette were classmates at school, and the other two sort of got joined in later. I feel like Kenneth and Arlette have known each other longest.
I feel like here's the thing. Kenneth is Chimaven. My dad, who's a captain, also is Chimaven. So I think for Gadunk, there's a little bit of like unresolved like connections to dad, because
In
he
leadership
really loves
roles?
his he really loves his bird dad, but bird dad in prison, Gadunk sad. So like I think. Like he subconsciously perhaps like puts that role on Kenneth, who's way too young to deal with that shit.
Who would never step back from the challenge once it's
Oh
prevented.
my god. Yeah.
Exactly. So like my surrogate kind of dad, and I think the kindest thing, I mean, the fact that he kind of allows this weird beaver to like to treat him so, and I think Gadunk can't stop himself from knowing on stuff. So I think maybe one time I like bit through like one of the very important wires on the ship, and like I knew instinctively that I'd be in trouble because my pirate dad would be quite angry, would like screaming, throwing things. But I think Kenneth was much more patient, and I think that was like the kindest thing that Gdank experienced, and perhaps like the first time he thought that maybe the love he received growing up was not like the atmosphere was not the greatest.
Right. So he is beginning to become aware of that.
A little bit, a little bit. I think,
Okay.
yeah, knowing Kenneth could probably like put him on that track.
Love that. John, who do you want to answer a question about?
I'm gonna have to answer a negative question now, but the last one was at Arlette, and I've just got one from Gdank, so I have to go back to Ardanna.
Sorry.
We're gonna be semi-rivals. We've got negative questions about each other.
Alrighty, D20, please.
Ooh, a
it kind of makes
17.
Because one is a hitchhiker and one is like a ship captain. It kind of makes sense. Like you don't have your own stuff, and like, and you are too uptight, you know, that kind of stuff.
I'm very interested in this question. We have already had it. So, John, I will let you decide if you want to roll again. The question is, why is there a bounty out on this crew member's head? It could explain why she's on the road. Or you can roll again, because we've already had it.
Let's roll again. I think it is interesting, but yeah. 10.
10. Ooh! How did this crew member recently cost all of you either a lot of credits or a lot of cred?
Ooh. That's a tricky one. You know what? I think it might actually be credits. I think. Oh, yes. So, like, if we were all walking home from school one day, I think Shuri just saw a new ship and was like, I'm getting on that. I don't know where it's going. I don't care, but it's new. I haven't seen it before, and I want to get on that. And so, just like, because Shuri headed in a direction, we all, as a group, were kind of like, oh yeah, blah, 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 just talking and just following along, and then just realized we all were on board and went, oh crap, where are we going now? And it was expensive.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it was just the fare. You were like, oh wow. And getting back was also quite expensive. So, yeah. And only two of you have parents to, like, bail you out financially. Actually, that's a question. Does Shari have parents to bail her out? Like, just long distance?
Yeah, she has parents who could technically bail her out, but it's like...
They didn't.
About 6 spaceports ago.
Right, okay.
So
cool.
she's in contact with them regularly, but it's like one of those... I don't know how many people would actually relate to this, but you know when you were traveling before cell phones was a thing?
Yeah.
Sure.
And you needed to get in contact with someone?
Yeah.
That's
Not
basically
easy.
Shari's relationship with her home right
Cool.
now.
Okay.
She can, because she's at a school, but it's gonna be a chore.
Sure. Alrighty. Yeah. So basically, Kenneth and Arlette kind of went into pocket money debt to pay off the other two. I think is what happened there. Like that. Cool. That's fun.
I like the idea as well. It was like business class something.
Yeah.
They were expecting business people to do it, and there was just like 4 kids being like, we made a mistake.
we were just chatting, and then we're here now. Yeah.
Yep.
It was like a cruise. It wasn't going anywhere specifically. You were just a really expensive, fancy cruise ship for 2 days, and then you came back and like, Dad, I fucked up.
Yep.
We kind of just did, and no one stopped us. It was freaking weird. You didn't need passports or anything because you were coming back to the same place you were going from without stopping anywhere. Alrighty, cool. Shari. Is it Shari or Shari?
Shari.
Shari. Sorry.
Positive or negative? Pick a person.
Well, I did pick the negative last time, so we're doing a positive, and I think Arlette is the one. Did I miss something? Arlette is one left over, right?
We've had 2 to Kenneth. I think we've had 2 to Shari. Oh no, we've only had 1 to Shari. So yeah, Kenneth's the only person who's been done twice.
Okay, so I would say Arlette then, a positive one.
Okay, a positive question about Arlette. Yeah, roll the d20.
That is 8.
8. Ooh, what would losing this crew member mean to you?
Oh.
It would mean a lot because Arlette is a friend and is means to a ship. Someone who shares Shari's curiosity about things. And like almost like a kindred spirit, but you know, as much as you can with a lizard and a bear. But yeah, both love to fly, both are curious. So it's...
Alrighty, cool.
And hey, I'll let Shari touch the controls from time to time, so you know.
I reckon they've gone like flying together. I reckon Shari has probably co-piloted 2 to 15 with Arlette before, while the L plates were still on. Like possibly with Arlette's dad sitting in the other seat, just going like with his newspaper, like, no girls, like every now and again when they're about to do something stupid or curious,
Or both.
just riding herd on the 2 of you, and yeah, I think that's probably how you guys came to sort of be, mates. I like that. That's really cute. Cool. And when Keren comes back, we'll tell her about it. Let's have Daria. Daria, would you like to answer a question about Shari?
Yes. I guess negative one because I did positive before.
Absolutely.
Let's see. At 20.
Ooh. What dangerous belief does this crewman have, and have they started acting on it yet?
Dangerous belief. I think for how like naive and silly Gdank can be, he is unnerved by the happy-go-lucky behavior Shari shows when traveling on ships that she doesn't know. Because Gdank grew up with space pirates. And this little hitchhiker like, oh yeah, I've been there. I'm like, and Gdank is like, one of these days you'll be on the wrong...
Yeah.
Yeah, like one of these days you'll be on the wrong ship and you won't even know what happened. You're way too unobservant about like the evil that is out there. I think Gdank is like worried about that.
I love that. Cool. So they definitely have started acting on it. Yeah, for sure. So Gdank is very concerned about Shari's free-spirited nature, and how it's definitely going to get you all into trouble. And Shari answered a question about Arlette, so for Keren's sake, can we revisit what you said, Ardanna?
Yeah, so what I said was Shari, it would mean a lot for Shari if she lost Arlette, because they share this interest in like flying, and Arlette lets her pilot the ship from time to time, and yeah, they are both equally curious, and you know, Shari sees Arlette as a dear friend, even though they probably haven't known each other all that long. But it's like, this woman, this beautiful lizard, let me touch the ship.
Yeah. So we're discovering Shari has a proper obsession with new ships.
Yes.
New shiny.
It's like, oh.
Alrighty. Well, that is 2 questions about everybody except Gadunk. So, Keren, can I get a question about Gadunk, please? A roll, a d20, and I think the last was negative, so this will be positive.
I got Gadunk both times.
Yay!
Sorry, just had to go take all the drugs. I rolled
Hopefully
a 15.
not the dreamy, sleepy, nighty, snoozy snooze. A 15.
I took a little bit. Like a little bit.
Why do you and this crew member bunk together?
Ooh.
I have a suggestion if you want.
Go for it.
Because Gadunk being like trying to like forward his fatherly figures onto Kenneth does not let him fucking sleep normally, and so he's like always there like, I can't sleep, tell me a bedtime story, and Arlette is like, you can't be doing this to the guy. So Arlette has to like take on the responsibility to put Gadunk to sleep when he's hyped up and sweet.
She is the diplomat as well, like, yeah.
Yeah.
It's also worthy to note that Gadunk's pirate dad is in prison with Arlette's uncle, so Gadunk was sent to Arlette by Dad.
Yep. So that is basically like the mentor for Gadunk. Like, this is not how you behave in society. This is not okay.
Yeah, don't shoot down that tree.
Which is, you should not follow Kenneth's lead on that.
How's that, my love? Does that work?
Yeah, I'll elaborate on it slightly to say that it's partially to stop Gadunk being like super dependent on Kenneth and annoying the shit out of him. And it's also partially to make sure nothing gets chewed too drastically in the night.
So
Has she beaver-proofed her room?
Oh, absolutely. She's got those little chew-proof covers on all the cables and shit.
Yeah.
Anything particularly delicious is kept shut away.
Yeah.
So Gadunk can damage very little in their shared space because Arlette has dedicatedly
I would say
what is
and
Arlette's...
discreetly Gadunk-proofed it.
What is Arlette's like style? Like, what does her bunk look like?
I think
Is it
she
a lot
almost...
of posters of Backstreet Boys?
Oh yeah, she has a lot of like posters of the old pop bands that she likes. She's got a Spice Girls, she's got a Backstreet Boys, she's got some NSYNC going on. Trying to remember literally any other boy and girl bands.
Destiny's Child? Come on now.
Only
That's
3
Gadunk.
members. Only 3 members.
steps.
Not enough. Steps.
5.
Yeah, high
5. Oh my
yeah.
god, 5.
Famously, yeah, has more than 4 members.
Oh, and high 5. I think.
5. Yep. And there was that.
Gadunk.
Oh, there was a
would
freaking
be
Irish
very-
girl group that was.
Oh, yes, there was. What was their name? Fuck.
I think Gadunk
Play
definitely
with
is like...
me.
Yes.
Play with the boys. Play with the girls. Don't you
Yes.
get lonely? Playing with the toys, which now as an adult is super fucking suggestive.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I do
Like you
know.
sticking a
The cause.
vibrator.
Yeah.
A
Sorry.
young,
The cause?
a young, like, boy with an older sister gets like, oh, yuck, you have boy posters everywhere. I think that's how Gadunk is. He's like, oh, he's into
Yeah.
boys. Ugh.
The ship
Bewitched.
has 3
Bewitched!
of Bewitched. There you go.
Yes, bewitched, and it had a little star in it.
The ship only has 3 cabins. So that would be also the explanation of like, well, one of us is going to have a double up. And Arlette's like, well, my cabin has 2 bunks. The ship sleeps 6, but in double bunk bedrooms.
Yeah, she's discreetly Gadunk-proofed the room. For, yes, their safety and security. And I'll say her bed, like, yeah, she's got a lot of boy and girl group posters. And I'm going to say she also has like a... like a little heat pad that she can lie on. Because like she's a
Oh,
warm-blooded creature, but she likes being warm. She doesn't
Yeah.
like being cold in space, so she has a little heating pad as well.
Yeah. Alrighty. Well, let's talk improvements very quickly, and then we will have a little breaklet and get into the adventure. And I will feed these hungry hounds. On page 116 or thereabouts in your PDF, you will find the improvement points. You get 10. You can spend some of them on your ship and some of them on you. You can spend all 10 on you if you want and let the other fuckers have to deal with the ship. But, yeah. What do you fancy?
I have a question. When I was looking at my race, it says bonuses +1 to fight, intuitive improvement, treasure hunter improvement. So does that mean I
You get those for
automatically
free.
have these
I think it
and
does.
they're not considered in my 10?
Yeah.
No.
Correct.
Yeah, so you
No,
just get
those are
those.
Okay.
free.
Okay.
I think everybody. I think
I-
all species get like a couple for free.
Okay. I need gross. You don't understand. I need it.
Very well. You have some kind of gross bodily trick that you can do on command. What is it?
Classic, like, kid hucking up a lung and, like, wiping their nose upwards with a snot-like line. Classic kid, like, disgusting behavior.
Arlette regrets rooming with you like 10 times every night.
Yeah.
Yup. He's like a gross 12-year-old boy, you know? Like, this is not pretty.
Yeah.
I think definitely Kenneth has nerves of steel. The spend 180 to take half your die's value instead of rolling on a snap decision, as
That's
well
very
as
cool. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yes. AT are also used in combat as you don't have hit points. So injuries are pretty much guaranteed if you get hurt. And AT can be used to negate some of that as well. To reduce the damage coming in. As are improvements. You can sacrifice improvements to take less damage. So Kenneth has nerves of steel. Any others?
You know what? The ones that I had thought of are all just like party AT things. I think he's got loyal crew member, so when I help crewmates, they get +2 instead of +1.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah. That's very
because
useful.
I think that his backstory is he is a bit more aware about his species and their drawbacks, and he is instead imprinted on the crew. It's
Sure.
So yeah, I think he's very crew focused. Probably space athlete.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So I can just automatically succeed doing stuff in zero gravity.
That makes total sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's got a lot of practice of flying. Yeah.
Yeah. I was thinking maybe protector and tough. A tough is great. So if I lose a fight, I just add 3 to the roll. I still lose the fight, but the severity of it
Becomes
drops.
significantly less bad. Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
That
like-
sounds sensible.
Yeah, because I'm going to get into a lot of fights. Yeah. And
Hopefully.
protector is I get a +3 bonus when defending crewmates.
Love it. Cool. Those sound all very good and sensible. Shari?
The IP is the cost of it out of
Yes.
10, yeah?
Improvement point. Yeah. You have 10 and it's 1. Yeah. Or whatever. Do not also forget that you can also just crank up bonuses to specific abilities. So if you want to buff your charm, you can. I think it's to receive a +1 bonus, you have to spend 1 IP. To receive a +2 bonus, you must then spend another 2. And for a +3 bonus, you have to spend another 3. So to get a +3 bonus, you need 6. Sort of compounding. But yes, and to get a +4 grit, you need to spend 10. And if you lose one of those in combat, sort of like I'm going to turn my +2 into a +1 to take less damage, you lose both IP. You don't get to just keep one. I don't know why it specified that, but all right. So yeah, what do you fancy, Shari?
So Theridians come with the lucky improvement,
Oh, cool.
which is spend 180 to reroll a stat check.
Nice.
And I also looked at Nerves of Steel, Escape Artist,
Yeah.
That tracks.
Intuitive, and Utility Belt. Which leaves
Utility
5
belt
points.
makes total sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Intuitive, yeah, I think that makes a lot of sense as well. The utility belt is definitely your pillow, though.
Yes.
Just got random stuff
Absolutely.
in there.
And
Yeah,
It's basically Mary Poppins' pillow.
yeah. It's an intergalactic bag of holding. Cool.
And that leaves 5 points for the ship.
Or
So-
for anybody who played with the lovely Tony Karlstrom for over Christmas and Candlekeep Christmas, his armoire, Jesus' armoire, which was just the just whatever you might need, as long as it has almost no value. Cool. Keren, have you had a look at the improvements?
So the ones I already have picked out are Escape Artist as well.
Yeah.
Generally Beloved,
Yes.
to boost my charm.
Yeah.
Because, my species has a great reputation.
Are they not already? Do you not already have Intergalactically Beloved?
I think.
Oh, sorry, Generally Beloved is what I wrote, is what's
Oh, that's
written on the sheet.
because I couldn't be bothered writing intergalactically. It is the same thing, yes.
Oh, yeah, sorry, I think that might be a species thing.
Yes, it is. That's from your species. Yeah.
Okay.
+3 to charm checks with characters who love your work. Yeah.
Sorry, my hands are shaking now.
Jesus was great. I was saddened not to have him last year.
Hang on, let me just quickly find it, because I could have sworn we picked some that weren't.
I don't know if we did pick any. For
Oh,
you.
these are suggested improvements.
Those are suggested ones, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah. So I automatically get Escape Artist Improvement, Intergalactically Beloved Improvement.
Yes.
Those are the two I get automatically. So the only one I've picked so far is Intuitive, which means I can spend
Yep.
an adversity token to get legitimate info out of the DM.
Yep.
Yeah.
Not bad for
Which-
two of you to have that as well, because one of you might
Actually,
not have
3
the
of us, because
native.
I also have one by default.
Oh, okay, there you go. Neat.
All right. So I need
It
some
makes
other
sense for
stuff then.
Gadunk because he's well travelled.
What about Spirited Motivator for Arlette?
Spirited Motivator.
You
You may
may
spend
spend
180 to help a crewmate, even if you are not present. When you do, if they describe a pep talk you gave them earlier, they get a +2. No, I like that.
I like that too. Yeah, I'll take that. So we'll add Spirited Motivator. Hang on. Gotta work out how to edit this.
DM, could I exchange one of my given by default improvements to another of the same value?
I will allow it.
I don't want Treasure Hunter. I want Troublemaker.
I thought you might.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah,
Yeah, I do.
you absolutely
Because I
can.
think he's not very concerned with treasure, although he's a pirate, and I think that's part of his embarrassment for he's not a real pirate. His dad would say, because he's not concerned with money, but he has some acumen towards piracy. That's why Troublemaker makes sense.
Love
So I
it.
chose. I have Intuitive and Troublemaker, and I chose Gross. You have some kind of gross body trick. Saboteur, which is a 2 point buy. Spend 2 AT to decrease any pressure gauge by 1. Don't know what that means, but I think
Sounds legit.
chewing through beavers, through into wires by beaver, that's pretty saboteurish. And the last one I chose was Regeneration, because I am, after all, a mutant.
That also tracks. I like that. Yeah.
So I have 4 points left to put into our ship if we need to.
Cool. So Keren. And the rest of you can have a look at the ship improvements.
I'm tempted to do a skilled at.
I think
To
that's a good idea.
choose a non-combat skill.
Yeah.
And I'm tempted to make it.
I would suggest possibly Goody Two Shoes.
Yeah, that's cool.
Spend 1 adversity token to locate and receive help within reason without making any stat checks from law enforcement on any inhabited planet.
Yeah.
Kind of, maybe. You don't have to.
I'm just trying to think what would be.
Or possibly
good
interspecies allure. If a member of another species could find you attractive, you get a +2 to charm checks with them, just because of the frill and possibly family connections.
I already have a beloved though, which gives me a +3. Can I stack them?
Yeah.
I would allow you to stack them if they would find you attractive.
Which one's that? Sorry.
Interspecies allure.
Oh yeah.
I'm leery of having too many that require an AP, or because you don't necessarily have very many of them, particularly if you actually succeed at stuff.
My initial plan was to build somebody that gets a lot of AT by failing many things.
Yeah, try to roll a lot of things that aren't consequential. But heightened ability is also just a very good thing.
I'm trying to think what skills are useful on a ship.
Flight, brains, mainly.
I meant like more generally. Like, you know, the different roles in Star Trek.
Charm is the only other one that I would say is like super handy. Yeah, I would probably aim for a +1 in one of your top 3 stats. I think you already have a +1 for flight.
Yeah. Sorry, I was more thinking like the improvement skilled at, where you choose a non-combat skill.
Oh,
that
okay.
You can moderately.
Skilled at. Okay, sure.
Yeah, so you add +3 to your roll. It doesn't stack with anything else though.
Right.
Assumed to succeed when making moderately difficult checks.
Yeah.
I mean, I could say navigation.
Yeah?
That's a useful skill for a pilot to have.
Sure. Oh, I see.
You skilled
I did not understand that correctly. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, navigation is...
So she's really good at working out where she is and how to get places.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah?
Absolutely.
Cool. That's
Alrighty.
plenty then.
Cool. That's the end of the book.
Oh god,
Where are the
my idea was to
ships?
make William Shatner a la Star Trek. Fails a lot, gains a lot of AT, succeeds where they really shouldn't, thinks they're great, rinse and repeat.
I haven't made that, but like that was a cool idea.
That is a neat idea.
I mean, my nemesis I made up is kind of Rocket Raccoon, a little bit.
Ah, yes.
So, ship improvements. Here we go.
Aha. Page 65.
Yeah.
I mean,
So
it needs to have a cloaking device.
Yeah, I think all of us have points to spend, so I
Yes.
think we all should like go one by one to see what everyone chooses and see what else we have money for later.
That's very true. So currently, the ship has a D4 of manned turret guns, a D4 of shields, and D4 thrusters. It has faster than light capacity. I'm actually nerfing it. No, it does not have faster than light capacity. It has the capacity to go at the fastest you can do in system. It can do that. It had mid-range scanners detecting all visible objects and a heat meter of 5. Cloaking device, absolutely. I'm open for that one. I think Keren.
I mean, it's
had
a smuggler's
something...
ship. It needs cloaking.
Yeah, true. Well, it was used for that. It's not a smuggler ship. It's a diplomatic vessel. It's got really good engines, actually, was what Keren said, I think.
Yeah.
However, the food synthesizer is always on the fritz.
Much to our sweet obsessed Godunk's dismay.
Yeah, yeah. I'm looking at that food synthesizer and I'm sighing because, like, I need it. I need it.
Right?
Yeah.
You really want it to be spitting out endless candy bars, and instead it's just
Yup,
fucking not.
yup.
So yeah, what do you think?
I
what
will
who-
put one point into smuggler hold.
Ooh,
Yeah, they're cool.
Yep.
Yes.
That totally makes sense.
It just makes sense for Gedunk to do that. So do I need to put 3 points into synthesizer, or is it we already have it?
If you would like to, you can. It doesn't specifically have it already.
Okay, I'll wait for everyone to go once, and
We'll
then
go
I'll
around.
consider
Yeah.
it.
Okay, so
Sorry,
we've got.
could you just quickly say what we already have again?
You've got basic manned turret guns, basic shields, and basic thrusters. You have a heat meter of 5 and mid-range scanners.
What is a heat meter of 5?
Things that generate heat, you can have up to 5 before the ship doesn't work anymore,
Oh, I see.
as I understand it.
I see.
Heat meter. Yeah, that's the default. You can upgrade the engines to work better, but yeah, like firing the lasers, for example, generates heat. Turning on the shields generates heat. But running the ship at base level doesn't cost anything heat wise. So, for example, the cloaking device generates 2 heat per hour of use. At level 3, at the unscannable level. A basic cloaking device doesn't generate any heat, but is detectable by heat scanners and most radar. So you'd want a +2. You'd want an advanced one to be any good.
Well, I've got 6 points. Mm-hmm. I'm happy to get the advanced cloaking device.
Okay, so we have an advanced level cloaking device.
Yeah.
And it's
I
your
have-
family's one as well, so that kind of tracks. Daria said a smuggling hold.
Yes, 1 for now.
Yep.
I want to make the ship sentient. I
AI?
have 5. Yeah, I have 5 points. I'm willing to spend 3 to get an advanced autopilot, but with 2 more, it can actually be a rudimentary AI. So if anybody else wants to chip in,
Yeah, sure.
yeah, great,
That
amazing.
last time.
Ah, cool.
Well, last time it was alive. The ship was a living ship.
Yeah.
I do have a couple of points left, and I'm thinking of making it organic as well.
Jesus.
Cool. So this is currently a rudimentary AI. Allows the ship to predict the needs of the crew based on patterns of behavior and adjust flight patterns even in combat. It also gives the ship a personality. Each day or partial day of use increases the heat meter by 1.
Ooh, okay.
In which case, that makes it easy. I have 2 more to give, so I can give 1 for organic and 1 for a heat meter.
Okay. Organic ship.
What does that give us, organic ship? It cannot be repaired. Are you gonna deprive Gadonk of eating wires?
Maybe?
Yes.
Maybe that's the only
Don't
ship.
do this.
No,
Wow.
other than technologic supplements, the ship cannot be repaired. Instead, it must be medically healed. Ship's intelligence can be upgraded using the same progression as listed under sentient. I actually wonder that Gadunk might feel a kinship to it, because it is a living creature that has been technologically improved.
I really like eating wires, man. I don't know.
There will be wires.
You can still have wires.
There are still definitely wires.
They just have feelings now.
Okay.
Look, hey, if you want, we cannot take the organic ship. If that's going to be
It's your decision.
Oh God.
There is a huge thing for me. I was like, if it's there, you kind of gotta. So I would be interested to run at least one game where it's not.
Okay. Yeah.
And not have an organic ship, but have it has a rudimentary sentience. Elementary AI for sure. And you improve the engines by one
Here's a quick question.
to maintain
to
that
Kenneth.
heat.
Would you want to instead have an EVA suit? Because you're good at, like, zero gravity?
Maybe.
Because EVA suits, like, allow you to be outside of the ship and, like, do fun things.
True. I wasn't planning on spending a lot of time outside the ship. But maybe. If I at one point get you 2 suits, which is kind of cool.
That's true. Because
I
they have to be
could-
specific to a crew member.
Yeah. Power armor is also fun. Whether that is 2
That
points.
is cool.
Because we don't have much fight or brawn. So
And armor is the sort of, like, you could use it to protect people.
I have a lot of fight. I have a D20 plus 1 fight.
you've got
Yeah,
fight.
you're the only one.
Kenneth doesn't. And Kenneth is the protector.
Yeah.
He's not very good at it, but he...
No. So
I just got this image in my head of Shari just grabbing Gadunk and as he's flailing in the air trying to hit someone.
Yup.
Just holding him up like, no.
I'm spinning
do
my little
not
propeller
slap
hat.
ooh. So if I do go power armor, if nobody else wants to chip in, well, it is only for one person. So that would be silly to ask them. Then it means that we're not increasing the engines. It would
That's
be
fine.
3 to AI and
I mean,
2
I
to
have
power
points
armor.
left.
Other people can do the engine upgrade.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was going to suggest that we get a medical bay.
Why would we need that?
If I spend... Because I have 4 points left, so I can burn them all to get us the better medical bay.
Yeah,
Which
I think
basically...
it's 2 plus 4, though, right?
it would be 6, yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's a 6.
I mean, still have 5 points, I think. So
Damn.
you can have one of my points. And
I'd
we
need
can have the
2.
medical bay.
Because I've only got 4.
But I have 2 of mine. Still, my only other suggestion was, because you took the cloaking, didn't you?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
have a cloaking
Someone
device.
else. Yeah. So I was gonna say escape pods.
Yeah.
But we need 4 points for that one.
No, we need 2 points because each
They
one
hold 2
automatically
people.
has 2
One per pod.
crew members.
Yeah, so you only need 2.
Yeah. So okay, so 2 points there, and then I have 1 spare point to put somewhere.
Could upgrade the engine.
I would.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's do upgrade the engine then.
It's cool. So we the heat meter is now 6 with the engine upgrade.
Chill. Hi.
There we have it, ladies and gents. So you have a rudimentary
Wait,
AI.
wait.
Oh yes, sorry.
I have more points to spend.
Oh, yes.
I have 3 more points to spend. And I'm really looking at food synthesizer, but it's not helpful whatsoever. So,
No.
what do
And
you
it
guys
actually
think?
is a negative as well.
Yeah.
Because it takes heat.
Gadunk would love a food synthesizer, but I can also be persuaded to go greenhouse.
We produce enough food to sustain 2 crew. Yeah.
And it's not producing heat at all.
The other thing I would suggest is EVA suits. We've got a single suit of power armor that Kenneth can use to go out in space. But other than that, it doesn't allow you to leave the ship and do things externally.
Yeah.
Gadunk,
think I'll
particularly
do this.
as the sort of engineer, might want to.
I'll do this. I'll spend 2 points on a greenhouse and 1 point on EVA suit. So, how many suits did you make, Kenneth?
None. Oh, I made a power
None.
armor for
He's
myself.
got, so there's enough for everybody but 1 to leave.
Okay. In that case, I'll create 2 suits for us, 2 EVA suits.
Because you have
And-
two escape pods as well, so in a pinch we can all
That's
safely
pretty
get off
good.
the ship.
Yeah.
That's pretty
Yeah.
good.
Who
So,
are the EVA
greenhouse
suits
for
for?
2 levels. 1 for me because I have a welder's torch,
Yep.
obviously. Who wants the other one?
It would be Shari or Arlette. I would argue
Or a Shari thing, because like she's the hitchhiker. I think
I
she'd
would-
have the suit.
that's fair. I would have argued for Arlette if Gadunk is the one providing them. But if we're just saying narratively it would make sense for Shari to have it, I agree. Gadunk
I think
doesn't
Arlette
trust Shari's
is-
flighty nature and is closer to Arlette. Yeah, that's the argument.
I think, I would create a suit for Arlette, and a suit for me, and a greenhouse for all 4 of us.
Cool.
Cool.
So the house, it's got infinite food, but it's grown on board. The synthesizer is on the fritz. So
I'm
there's
very
nothing
grumpy
sweet.
because I'm like forced to eat greens all the time, and
Yeah.
it sucks.
This is why you brought the greenhouse, so you have
Beavers-
reliable food.
Beavers are vegetarian normally, so traditionally.
Nah,
and
me. Not
the
good
greenhouse
though.
would also provide wood. So there
Yes.
would be trees in
Yes.
there. Yeah. Alrighty.
So if we ever can't find Gadunk, he's just in
Probably in
The
the.
greenhouse.
in the greenhouse, just chewing on some
nom.
stuff.
Yeah. I
Alrighty.
think Shari
yes.
would have gotten some form of like sweet fruits because it to just compromise a little bit because the baby beaver screaming is kind of annoying.
Excellent. Alrighty, well, I think that is us done character creation wise, folks. We will have a short little breaklet. I will feed it 3 hungry hounds, and then we will come back and begin our adventure. Guys, we'll be back very shortly. Say goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Vast ahoy and g'day, mateys. We be back for some more Teens in Space. Let's begin. Let us begin the adventure. I'm glad that we got all that done. I do love the collaborative nature of the world and the crew building. That a lot of work gets done before the game even begins. But we've done that work. So now let us begin. It is a cloudy, muggy day on Vather. The rains are only days away, and whilst this is generally a positive time for the planet's farmers, it does leave something to be desired for those wanting to relax, particularly away from the prying eyes of one's parents. So it is that Arlette has awoken early, slipped into her father's office, something that she has recently been given permission to do in emergencies, and borrowed the lockdown codes for the family's shame, 2 to 15, which were from where her father told her they were, just in case she ever needed it. Before leaving a note on the kitchen counter, slinging her carryall over her shoulder and heading out in search of her friends. Accomplices are such a loaded term. So, who do you go to see first?
I feel like I would pick up Kinnick first.
Sure. I would guess Gadunk and maybe Shari as well would be in the sort of... There's a boarding school style accommodation at the school as well. So they sort of like, they have a place on campus. So yeah, heads to Kenneth first. What does Kenneth's residence look like, John?
Kenneth actually has a house with his parents, which is unusual for Kymaven. They're usually, because they're nomadic, they don't have a homeworld anymore.
Yeah.
But these are not. His parents have settled down to afford him an education. So they've got a house.
I'm imagining it's got roosts and things. Like it's got places. It's like it's a giant birdhouse. So there are several balconies and just places that bird folk could just hang out, like a branch that you can just hang out on. That sort of like things.
Like those balconies that they're a lot of wrought iron, so you can see through.
Yeah.
You can got like a lot of
very
view.
airy feel. There's a lot of glass and a lot of probably glass ceilings as well. Like
yes,
it's more of an aviary than an actual house. Keeps the rain off though. I love it. Okay, Arlette rocks up at Kenneth's house. What is the interaction?
I feel like Arlette will be just like trying to get Kenneth's attention without necessarily getting his parents' attention. So she'll locate his window or like where his room is, and she'll flick rocks at it, old school style.
I think
Your motion tracker is pinging.
Kenneth will. I think he's told his parents.
Yeah?
Yeah. I think he's like, oh, cool, great. You can see him like through the glass. You can see him like fly down, move quickly. That's difficult to express. When he can fly. Move quickly downstairs, and like grab his bag off the counter, and wave goodbye to his mum and dad, and like. No, he doesn't check to see if he's forgotten anything. He doesn't. And then like comes out the door with backpack and like runs all the way there.
Love it.
Cool. And I look like, you told your parents.
Yeah.
You.
You
So I'm sneaking out.
Sneaky, right? Yes. I've got more 90s pop. I think we should listen to it on the way.
Yes, we should.
Yes, we should.
How many members?
Is that Arlette's measure for quality? They must have, like, the more there are, the...
5 members is better than 4.
Absolutely.
In that case, Kenneth has discovered the K-pop because there's a band called 17 with confusingly 14 members. So quality must be through the roof.
17 members.
I think this could be the reason
like goes
there's
bright blue. She's
I
overjoyed.
think there's a system of stars, like 5 stars, 10 stars, is probably connected to the pop stars, right? I think that's the logic that we are left to with years later.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent. Alrighty. The two of you, thus connected, make your way back to school to pick up the others. Would one of you like to describe to me your living arrangements at the school?
I mean, Shari lives basically wherever she, well, technically she has a room, but she's never really there.
Couch surfing in the common room?
Yeah, basically. It's just poked around, looked around, found some interesting stuff in the library, accidentally fell asleep in the library.
May not have
woke up
actually
somewhere
been enrolled in the school, just went to classes.
I think it started like that. Like she was she was technically enrolled in another school, and then she got bored, and the people in the deans and the dean's office in the other school were like, well, the closest one we can dump her at is this one, so she doesn't make mischief here.
Yeah.
And then she just didn't register for classes at the new place, and just rolled up to whatever class sounds like fun.
It's a good move. So Shari doesn't. Shari theoretically has a room, but she's not actually 100% on where it is.
No.
And Arlette and Kenneth just sort of swing through the main area and pick her up along the way.
We're following the little thing.
Yeah.
Just be like, hotter, hotter, hotter.
Well, the scanner really is probably helping a lot, right?
Heading up to Gedunk's room. What would Gedunk's living space look like?
Gedunk is not even the first year yet. He's like in the preliminary preparation classes, because he has never been taught how to write or do arithmetics or anything. So but he's doing accelerated course because his cybernetics are good enough so he can do that. And the little room that they give Gedunk is bitten through everything. There's the door you can open because it's it's an outline of the door, and the door frame is all bitten through, so you can see through the gaps into the room.
Love it. So everybody sort of just peers in, and I'm imagining also it's scaled for him as well, so probably none of the rest of you could actually enter it. It would all be it's
and inside the bed is just a heap of things, because he's making his own dam inside the room, so books, blankets, everything in a little heap.
A lot of wires.
And a lot of wires. Yes, I rewired the ventilation system of the school without them knowing a little bit. And yeah, when you find Gedunk, he's just on that heap with a giant book of mathematics, his nose deep in there, sleeping.
Oh, lovely. You collect your crew members for end of term shenanigans, and head off to the spaceport where Arlette's ship is. Can you please, one of you, I think Arlette, it seems fair because it's Keren's ship, describe it.
This would be a good point for me to know what a solar ship looks like.
I will do the sails.
Actually, tell me what to... I'll put it into an image search, and then I'll go from there. What's it called? A sunjammer?
I don't know if you'll get much in Sunjammer, but a solar sail, a ship with solar sails, would be the term. A windjammer is the name what it's based on, but that's an Age of Sail vessel. I can do it.
Okay, I'm with you. Cool. So
the ship in Alien Covenant was a solar, or had solar sails anyway. It didn't run on them full time. There was also Count Dooku's little shuttle in Star Wars. Clone Wars was weirdly a solar sail, and I don't know why or how that was. I was just like, can we circle back on that one? Why?
Cool. I'm gonna say that the solar sail looks kind of like an umbrella.
Mm-hmm.
And then instead of the handle, you have the main body of the ship.
Yep.
Are we going to say that the ship has gravity, or would it need to
artificial gravity? Sure. Although you don't have to. You could call it it's only got gravity when it's under thrust. So it's the thrust itself is what generates the gravity. So it's all sort of decks going down, and you would have basically when the ship is moving, its movement is what causes you to be able to stand on the floor. But when it's stationary, you float. If you want. Artificial gravity is crazy difficult. The reason we haven't got it is generating gravity is very hard.
Gravity, in general. Just difficult.
Difficult. Yeah. Cool. And I'm going to say it's a it's like a tubular ship, and then like all the sections, they're almost. I'm trying to think of. It's almost like you could pull them out like drawers. So almost when you're building the ship.
Oh, so it's modular.
Yeah, it's modular. So basically, how long the cylinder ends up being depends on how many modular sections you add into it. Because like obviously it's going to come with your basic controls and like living spaces, but then you can add on
the cloaking module and the
so you can add a cloaking module, the greenhouse module, etc., etc.
Yeah, for sure.
And yeah, I think we said it was red.
Yeah.
Originally.
Hot rod red. Yeah.
Yeah, it's hot rod red.
And fucking quick.
And very fast.
Yeah.
And it's got 2 to 15 written in elegant script.
Cool. You gather and begin to take off. Where, as you sort of clamber aboard, everybody gets themselves situated. I don't think you've even really discussed necessarily where you're planning to go. I think
for now we're just getting off world. Then we're
just
going to talk about
hopping on the ship and seeing where we get. However, you get a call incoming through the comm system.
Does it have caller ID?
It does indeed. It comes from Oh, I never named the ship. It comes from a ship that you recognize the name of. That belongs to Dink. Dink is a figurine, and Shari has a particular dislike for Dink. Or rather, just the two of them rub up against each other really badly. Dink is not a school bully or even just personalities clashed. Dink is the leader of a group that each of you have a bit of one of them you find particularly irritating, and it's just odd that they accumulated around each other in the same way that you guys did around each other as well. The ship is the Apathos. You'd see the call signal coming in, and you're like, god damn it. Looking out the port window, you can actually see the Apathos 3 berths down. It is a stately silver vessel parked 3 berths down with a trio of yard spars arrayed around its center line, so it emits, it's got basically masts that stick out from the center, and deploys its sails along those. But they have to fold in when it lands, because otherwise one of them will get in the way, at least. Its golden sails tucked artfully against the hull. The call, do you answer?
Can we... Kenneth at least is going to go, maybe in a large dramatic gesture, as in, like, stop me if you want, to hang up.
Unfortunately, Arlette's fatal flaw is her almost unrestrained curiosity.
I was like,
and she really wants to know why this pack of dickheads is calling her right now. So one of her hands will just kind of catch her wrist, and she'll just be like, give me a sec. And she'll hit the button and be like,
hey losers, hope you're not heading to Hypaxia. Metro messaged me just now, and apparently it's the destination this year. But there's only one berth left, and they're holding it for us.
We are definitely going to Hypaxia. You better fucking believe we're gonna get there first.
The figurine is standing in the viewer screen. He has translucent blue skin and electric blue hair and an absurdly high opinion of himself. Behind him floats Mothos, a Cumulosarian, a cloud person. Currently a shade of pink that you get from like the sunset, and shaped almost exclusively as a backwards baseball cap, though some of its mist is formed into an archaic human gesture involving a single finger.
Nice.
And from out of frame, the voice of Valley Grix adds, "Tell them if they take our spot, I'll break whatever their species has for knees."
If you can catch us.
Arlette's going to be like, please hold. I'm just going to put them on hold, and they are subjected to the best of Bewitched.
Yes.
Which, because I mentioned it earlier, is C'est la vie.
Yeah.
Never get lonely playing with your toys. I remember the words because I listened to this in the 90s.
True.
And she's gonna like rotate the kind of the flight control chair with a finger steeple of Eve of contemplation, and just be like, "Now I know we didn't have any set plans, so we can tell them to go jam it up their extraction waste valve.
Yes!
But as
Yeah,
a
they're
fair
fine.
and open-minded individual, I'm happy to hear alternative opinions."
My alternative opinion is that we do that whilst waving our butts out the window.
What's a Halifax?
Oh, what, sorry?
Well, they said they're going to Halifax something. I don't know what that is.
Hypaxia is a pleasure planet. It's sort of a resort world.
Leather. I like leather.
Yeah, that's
It's a
strangely
resort
disturbing.
world, which we should admit is not the most original destination for Schoolies Week. But we would have the satisfaction of beating them there, because my baby, she fast.
You
Unlike
don't even-
Uncle Terry's prison sentence. Oh!
We don't even have to stay there. As long as we beat them to it and deny them their place there, I'll be happy.
Listen, do they have candy out there?
Almost certainly.
Disney
least
World
of one type.
Hypaxia is absolutely a thing.
Yes.
Well, I am certainly curious to see if that blueberry goes pop if he gets angry.
Oh my goodness.
As soon as
Arlette's curiosity is now just like, I wonder if you could actually explode. That would be so cool.
As soon as I heard about sweets, I immediately started like overriding the wires to go into hyperdrive as fast as we can.
Hold on to your butt, Steam. And she
Or don't.
she takes them off hold. It's like, thank you for holding. Are they still there?
Yeah. Yes, they
we've
are,
discussed-
but Dink is very clearly in the process of taking off, and you can see the ship is just beginning to rise up on its thrusters.
Oh, good. You'll need that head start because you'll be eating our space dust. And then she'll hang up on them and like slam her fist on like the power button. Like, let's fucking go.
So, flying
And she's
these
got
ships is
all four limbs engaged to like do their startup sequence as fast as possible.
the tail
Yup.
is wrapped around the seat to sort of anchor herself in place. It's not very dexterous, but it is kind of handy for that sort of thing. So Arlette is driving. Who is trimming the sail?
I
What
guess
does that
that would
mean?
be Shari.
Yep. Shari has almost like shoved other people out of there and is like, I'm helping!
She basically runs up to the controls, grabs her hat, puts it on Gedunk. Just hold on to this. And
Not on Gedung's head, because his head is partially razor blades.
I mean, true. But like, yeah, on his shoulder. Just
Yeah.
This one.
Enjoy your lurk, monocled moose. It does. It looks just a little bit, Monocled Moose, like that little emote you've got there is a Warhammer battle mech. As in a battle mech from the Battletech universe, but it's a Warhammer, and that's my favorite battle mech. So it's an excellent emote. Well done. Enjoy your luck. So, you guys, this is going to be an opposed check. They are trying to fly in your way. They are trying to slow you down by getting in the same flight path as you are. Yeah, this is them against you. Your very first check is going to be flying faster than them out of atmosphere. John?
Let's go.
I am going to put my arm around Gdunk and say, have you ever heard of something called a moon?
Yes.
Not necessarily.
That's
Do
how
I
we're
wear
helping.
clothing? Do
you?
Other than propeller hat, do I have clothing? I'm a beaver. I don't know.
Well, so I'm Neo's is obviously Rocket Raccoon inspired, who does absolutely wear clothing. So I leave it entirely to you.
I think I'm gonna do like a propeller hat and pants with suspenders, like bright suspenders, and nothing else.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Donald ducking it for sure.
As
No, the
soon
opposite.
as soon as that's the opposite of Donald ducking. As soon as Kenneth says it, I just smile evilly and unclasp one of the suspenders.
Yeah.
Yes, you do.
Yeah, because Donald Duck can't moon anybody, really. I mean, he can, but it's like, and? We see that all the time. Alrighty, cool. So you guys are going to get up to a window to moon them, where Arlette and Shari are going to make me flight checks, please. And this will be opposed by the two pilots, will be opposed by Dink and Mothos. So Dink's going to get one of those, and Mothos is going to get one of those. That ain't bad. That ain't bad at all. Oh, shit.
Uh-oh.
Can I be a nuisance for them using my trait gross as I moon them?
Oh.
Absolutely.
Yes!
Yeah. Let us. I will. You can. You can roll a d4 and detract it from one of them, which is effectively this will be your charm roll as a negative.
Yeah. A 3.
A 3 from Gdunk. That is good because one of them rolled a straight 20.
Damn.
My first roll of the game was a nat 20. And the other rolled a 10 on a d12. So they have a 27 combined score, which is what Shari and Arlette need to beat.
Well, I just rolled a 12.
12?
On my D20,
Okay.
which isn't
That's not bad.
terrible.
It's not terrible, but it's not amazing.
No.
Shari?
I rolled a 19.
Let's go.
Let's go!
Now, my question is, I have escape artist. Does this count as an escape route?
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's a +3.
Okay, alright.
Right.
I just remembered, because it's an opposed check, I don't think it's necessarily fair. But I was like, well, I did roll the max on the dice, so I do actually get to explode it. I just rolled another 20.
Fuck you, man.
What?
But because it's an opposed check, I don't necessarily know that it counts, because they're the ones starting the roll. You have to. You only get to explode it if you haven't beaten what's been established. So I think it is a straight 30 that Daria took 3 off. Which means Arlette and Shari do manage to it's not so much about the escape velocity. Shari does find a way. Traffic is relatively heavy, leaving the spaceport, and Shari, with her skills and knowledge of flight paths, because she just obsesses about ships and watches how they move a lot. She's like, no, duck down under there. And Arlette knows that is super not okay, like, legally. It's not illegal, it's just like, really not done.
It's just a dick move.
Yeah, overtaking on the inside is sort of what it is. But if you're quick about it and you're not really getting in anybody's way, why not? Sees you up around and past to catch up with them, and then Shari's skill with the sails raises the sails and deploys them very, very quickly. And you guys get on the way to Hypaxia. Very nicely done.
Hypaxia or bust!
I mean,
Now, there are set routes between these places. Would you follow one of those, or are you charting your own course to see if you can't save a few parsecs?
I think given the escape route kind of
For sure.
thing, we've determined.
So you're heading off off the standard route.
Yeah, we found a shortcut.
The sail deploys. You've got one, but it's a massive one. I reckon it's not so much one; it is 8 from 8 separate spars, and each one is a different color. I want to say you got a rainbow sail.
Yeah.
Out the front.
Gay pride. Be gay,
Love it.
do crime. Be gay, don't do crimes. Not smuggling. Would never do that.
You guys take off. Kenneth and Gadunk mooning your rivals as you fly away. A furry butt with a big flat tail lifted up and pressed firmly against the window. Probably held there by Kenneth because he can't reach the window on his own. And then a feathered backside with a red flash of feathers above it is right next to it. Which
I thought you were gonna say that Gedunks was held there by like suction or something. I was like, oh.
I mean, I am using my growth trait, so maybe
Maybe.
it's not good at hygiene, I'd say.
That window's going to need cleaning afterwards.
Arlette does think that as this happens. Her brain is like, I'm going to need to sanitize that.
Watch that one later. Alrighty. You guys make orbit, deploy the sails, and head on out to, on your specialized course to Hypaxia. In transit, however, you've been flying for... you're off the main lanes now. You travel for a few hours. Would there be any sort of, what would be going on the ship? It's probably a 6-hour run out to Hypaxia. Would you have anything you're doing?
I would check. No, I would. I would check with Arlette first. I'd be like, can we explore?
The ship? The ship?
Yeah.
Yes, just don't break anything. My dad would be so mad.
Of course, yes. Don't break anything, yes. And I think Kenneth is going to
Don't break
run,
anything.
explore.
When you say Gadunk, he's already gone.
Gone.
He's like running after
Yeah.
Kenneth. And I'm not gonna break anything. I'm just gonna gently chew on everything I see like, to mark my
taste.
territory.
I see. It's a
Yeah.
territory thing.
Shari just I think she's slid down a little bit in the chair after getting that pinpoint escape out. She's a little bit like, okay, I'm glad that worked, and used a few hours to relax. And then as Kenneth and Gadunk move away, she calls out as, Kenneth, I bet you can't go a few hours without having Gadunk break anything.
I like Arlette's like,
Nice.
Wait. You bet that Gedunk does not break anything. Okay. I thought you were purposely saying make sure that Gadunk does break something.
No,
Yeah,
she
right.
basically calls out a challenge for Kenneth to make sure that Gedunk doesn't break anything.
Of course not. that would never happen.
I'm already hanging off the ceiling bar with from my teeth alone.
You've been traveling for a few hours.
It's like a smash cut to Gadunk hanging off various items by his teeth.
Yep.
I want to say Shari probably likes hanging out on the bridge.
Yeah.
Just sort of relaxes back into the chair and just cracks open as many of the blast shields as possible so she can get... The bridge has a large quantity of... It's not glass, it's actually force fields. But, open windows to see out of. And so you can relax back and just sort of pretend you're actually in space. And just really enjoys just the emptiness.
Yeah.
And which there is a small hole in the sail so you can see straight forwards, but actually the sail does obstruct a fair amount of the forward view. But you can look up and you can look straight ahead, and there's about it's not particularly brilliant for precision flying through small places. Asteroid belts would be a problem for this ship.
Well, asteroids are actually like thousands of kilometers apart.
This is true. An asteroid belt is actually a very misleading term. It's most of the time, if you're in an asteroid belt and you're on one asteroid, you probably can't see any others. They're that far away.
I know we all love
misnomer
our
from the
Star Wars
ships.
version of
Yeah.
asteroid films. I'm like, technically, it's not that fucking hard. It's like, oh no, two things that are nowhere near each other. How will
Yeah.
I possibly go?
There are millions of them, but in this huge space. So Shari is sitting on the bridge when a distress call comes through. These are programmed to bypass any sort of caller ID yes or no sort of situation. It's an SOS and it comes right through. It is an automated signal simply stating that the Vespa, with a crew of 13 souls aboard, is in dire need of assistance at these coordinates. It is that information, and it repeats in 18 different languages and then resets back to the first again.
Where would Arlette be? Because as curious as Shari would be about this whole thing, it's not her ship.
True.
Well, Arlette will still be at the controls, right?
Once the course is set, unless you're adjusting the course, only one of you would need to be on the bridge. It's a great thing
I
about
imagine
sailing ships.
Arlette kind of likes to monitor it as well. She does like this.
Yeah. Shari just, you know how that whole, when you're like, out and very relaxed, just head back and then turn her head over to look at Arlette. Just, we should help them, right? I know we're running to Hypaxia to get there before the dickweeds, but
We could be heroes.
yeah.
Could-
You know, if we save these guys and get to Hypaxia first.
Are we in
There is
range
that.
to hear this distress signal?
I absolutely happily say you are. The bridge is probably...
I just like crawl out of a bunch of wires that was in and say, that could be a bait and switch. Pirates do that all the time. They pretend to be a ship moored into the space. You come close and bam, they got you.
Oh. That sounds less fun.
No, we should totally go there. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, right.
Pirates are cool.
Sorry, what was the name of the ship?
the
What was the name
Vespa,
of the ship again?
the Italian motorcycle.
Vespa.
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 Yeah.
And does it have any details about what type of ship it is, or just?
No, it doesn't. It is, as Quad pointed out, it's a very long SOS. It's super not. It is Ship Vesper, 13 crew aboard. Requires assistance here.
And
Basically, just the vital statistics, what you would need to know if you were going to rescue them.
would there be some sort of like ship
It would
registry
say
I could-
merchant ship Vesper. And yes, there would be a ship registry, yeah.
basically so I can check whether this is a real ship that exists or whether this is just
Yeah.
fishing.
Jane's ship registry of 2371 comes up, and you discover that the Vesper is registered as a Viridian 3 class heavy cargo hauler.
And does 13 souls make sense for that
about
sort
right.
of...
Possibly a little heavy on the crew, but not unbelievably so.
Interesting.
A ship that
Oh,
size,
wait.
8 or 9 would be more than sufficient.
It's a lot of crew for a cargo hauler.
Maybe they didn't want to pay for people in port.
We can at least go and check it out. What's the worst that could happen?
It's not far off your, like, the range on it is, the thing that you would note is that it's very close, and that the signal is very faint. It is very low powered. It would definitely not be powerful enough to reach a major space lane, the signal.
Is that suspicious in and of itself?
You might wonder what a heavy cargo hauler is doing off the main lanes. But it would indicate a ship that size, like a Viridian 3 class heavy hauler, would have a fairly major power plant and powerful comms system. The fact that it is barely registering, given how close you are, would mean that the power is almost gone.
Well, it's not far. We could just do a small detour
Yeah, little drive-by.
and see what it looks like.
Yeah.
If it looks suspicious, then we can just...
I mean, yeah,
But
we
if they
got.
are in distress, it would be very rude of us to leave them.
And we have a cloaking device. So, like, if it turns out to be bad, we'll just disappear.
You can even cloak before you go. Like, before you
Wow.
get close.
And that way, if they're not bad, it's surprise help.
Hello! Jesus. Well, we didn't know if you were nice or not, so we decided to hide right up until we decided to help you. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
And I'm also kind of curious to know why they're out here.
there's a lot of good good questions to have.
Yeah, Arlette will engage the cloaking device with one foot
Sure.
and adjust course to do a flyby.
Yes. I'm imagining the control console. It's a deep pull water world. It's like this. He does it with his hands and his feet, and he's got like this rig that he holds onto for. It's got a winch built into the tiller, and he can also got motorcycle style controls for his feet, so he can kick bits and bits. I was like, it's such a fucking cool ship. So if you have seen that relatively recently, that's what I'm imagining Arlette's doing. Wise Man of the Sea, thank you very much for the follow, you bloody champion. Avast, matey, you wee scallywag. So, you engage the cloaking device and swing in close to the Vesper. It takes no more than 15 minutes to get there at your current course speed. Though,
Can
because
we,
we're using
as
real
we're
physics...
getting closer,
Yes?
I would really like to be on the lookout for if this has any pirate activity signs.
Make me a brain check.
A brain check.
Okay.
My brain is 12, D12, so
Hi.
that's what I roll.
Hi.
Oh yeah.
Hi.
Huh, okay, at a 10.
A 10.
Pretty good.
I was actually 10 was the number I set in my head. I would say Gdunk, as the most experienced member of the crew for this sort of situation, is the one manning the sensors and scanners at the time, and is doing a big, broad sweep. Gdunk, you do not see signs nearby of any other craft. Furthermore, the ship is clearly damaged, though not, you would say, probably not from weapons fire.
Okay.
The lines connecting the sails to the ship would appear to be cut or damaged. Whatever it is, the sails float free, only partially connected to the ship. A mechanic or an engineer yourself, you know that a good portion of the ship's power is generated from the solar sails themselves. They both actually generate thrust and also gather power. And as we're using proper actual physics, you're heading in roughly the right direction, so it didn't take a huge amount of effort to... Your that way's momentum never changed, but you added an extra delta V in a different direction. Slowing down is actually the trick.
So it's the natural damage of some kind.
Well,
Guns.
it definitely wasn't weapons fire. Having this ship has 4 solar sails. Having all 4 fail
That's strange.
is very unusual, and because most of all ships would carry at least some repair materials, and Gdunk, you would say that it doesn't look like anyone's even tried.
Very strange. I will relay all that information in my slurred child-like explanation.
The ship has emergency lights on, but they are very dim, and no other external signs of life. Heavy haulers don't tend to have a lot of windows or anything either, but what windows there are, there does not appear to be internal lighting any meaningful amount.
Like, Arlette is curious but also wary, because this feels like a trap.
Gdunk, you do not see... there is straight up nothing around to hide behind. So unless another ship has a cloaking device similar to or better than yours, there is not another one here.
Okay, I see.
You're in open space. Very open space.
And there's no giant rocks or anything floating through that could have cut through them shits.
If there was, it's not here now.
Yeah. Either something went through and attacked the threads of sails specifically, or it's sabotage from within, I would think.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, definitely. That's a good theory.
Cool. Let's check it out. I mean, it doesn't look like there's anything dangerous.
Aye, Captain.
No, that's a little suspicious that they're damaged in such a specific way.
It's very suspicious.
With so many... yes, that's why we shouldn't just...
That's why we should take a look. We'll never know otherwise.
Kenneth is already putting on his
Captain's
power
always
armor.
right. Captain's always right, and I'm putting on my EVA suit.
So you can dock, or you can spacewalk over.
Can I try and hail them?
You can try and hail them.
Because we're still cloaked, so we could hail them and they wouldn't...
It would come as a surprise on board, yeah. Yeah, you can absolutely do that. You hail them, and no response. Your ship has a limited sentience. To actively use it requires heat. To have it, it's always on. As far as I'm concerned, turning off something that is partially sentient is rude, to say the least. It was like, all right, I know you can think, but stop doing so for a while. So
it's nap time.
Yeah. I've always thought the idea of turning off an AI is fucking rude. But to do high-level processing, it requires... I know. to do high level processing requires generating extra heat, but it's always on. So what is the AI's name? Is it just called the name of the ship, or is there a thing? Is there a person? Is there a what? Because it might have thoughts on this.
Yeah. What what was your uncle's name?
Very well.
Terry.
Terrywell.
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 That would be very funny if the AI's name was Terry.
Yeah, could be that. Could be also Parole.
Parole. Oh.
I was gonna go with numbers, but you know.
I
Like,
like
as well-
parole.
Yeah,
Yes.
if
Hey,
the ship
Parole.
gets given back to Terry to fly out of prison.
Parole. Let's go with parole then. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Parole, could you do a little analysis of this slightly suspicious situation?
Yeah. Parole would respond, "Sure, Arlette. What manner of suspicion? What do you view as suspicious?"
Is this a trap?
Well, let's do a scan on this ship. Can you do, on behalf of the ship, Keren, a brains check?
What does it roll for brains? Just my brains or its brains?
What is your brains?
D10.
Let's make it a D12.
Nice.
I ask myself, what is my brains many times a day.
What is my brains?
What
That's
is
a
my
9.
brains? 9. Alrighty.
Pretty good.
It's not bad. It says, well, the cargo's still on board. None of the cargo modules have been ejected. There's no damage to the ship itself externally other than the sails. Most ships carry some capability for self-repair, but no one would carry enough tack to rebuild all 4 sails. That being said, rebuilding one wouldn't get them moving very fast, but it would get them moving. And they ought to have enough tack to do at least one. That would also power them up. Without any sails at all, their life support will be nearly gone. Parole says, let's try that hail again. I'll see if I can interface with their computer.
This seems like a good compromise as far as Arlette's concerned, so she'll press the hail button again to see if
Yep.
anywhere.
Connects and says, okay, that is a very rude computer. But it could be just brusque because it's got no power. Hard to make out. The crew... There was explosions. It sent me a very jumbled burst of information. It says there is a lot of internal damage. And it's saying something about radiation. But the scanners aren't reading anything lethal over there.
Do our suits protect us from radiation?
They would provide limited...
Okay, good.
You'd get several hours worth of protection at least.
Goodness, what a mystery! Wow.
Look,
Looks
I
like
think
we're
we
not
have
going to
to
solve
go
it from
for
here.
it.
I love how you all
wow.
manipulate each other.
Yeah.
Look, I think we have to take the chance that there might be people in need of our brave assistance.
Yes.
Well, okay.
Don't act like you don't want.
Let's go.
So, are all 4 of you going, or are you docking, or are you going to send over Kenneth in the power armor along with Gadunk, who doesn't seem like he's willing to let him be on his own? The 3 of you have suits with which to navigate over. Shari could stay at the helm in case someone needs to bring the ship in.
Do we have comms to keep Shari aware of what's happening?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Oh, If we dock, though, I reckon it would be safe for all of us to go in at once, because then they're sort of a singular thing.
It would also be, Parole says, also, if life support over there is failing, it would be an easier way to get the people back into a place that I can actually keep them alive and breathing.
That's what I was thinking. If we connect, then we can just slide them right across.
Plus,
Yeah,
it would be really
enough
surprising
power?
for them.
Is there enough power on our ship, Parole? Can we do that without scuppering ourselves?
Oh, as in providing them life support? I don't know if my systems are compatible with theirs. It might need a bit of, like, rewiring of stuff. My docking port isn't really jigged to provide power for a ship that size, but...
Yeah.
No. Well, Parole, do we have enough life support for potentially 13 more people?
For a few hours, sure. But only because of the greenhouse.
How long
So we could technically get to Hypaxia.
Definitely.
What
With
a place
13
to
more
recover.
True. Plus, just saying, but there's such a thing as salvage rights. In fact, no.
Yeah.
Parole definitely wouldn't say that, but Gadunk would know.
Yeah. I wink at the computer.
Yeah. Yeah, I
And
expect the organization who owns the Vespa would be very grateful, even if there's no one aboard.
And they'd probably need someone to fly it back.
That's also true.
Let's dock.
All right.
Arlette's convinced she'll start the docking procedure for the ship.
You pilot in and dock with the Vespa. The hatch rumbles open. Kenneth is standing at the door, I imagine, with his power armor on. Arlette and Gadunk, have you suited up? Or are you not bothering because you're...
I get my welding torch because I'm role playing like one of the pirates that I saw as a small young beaver, like bravely taking a ship.
Sure. Shari, Arlette, how are you comporting yourselves? Are you all going together, or some of you staying aboard?
Sorry, I'm having a blank. Who did we decide got the second suit?
You did.
You.
Shari, there would be a respirator mask, something for firefighting more than anything else, but it would be moderate protection in the case of bad air at the very least.
One thought, guys. One thought that is just plaguing my small mind. All of their sails are cut. All of us go in there. They sneak back out through our ship, leave. We're moored.
No.
We can't take chase.
Can we lock the door?
you take the key out of the
stay
ignition?
behind.
Yeah, Kate.
I'll stay behind here and lock the doors behind you. And if you say green beans, I'll disengage and you can fly on over.
Smart.
Because no one touches this ship. I don't care about that one. I'm just curious about that one. But if
Jerry,
yeah,
Love
that's so smart because I would never take green beans willingly.
exactly.
Do I have
I
to
know.
use it in a
I know.
sentence? Or just say it?
Well, it might be
It's
needed.
up to you. If I hear you for some reason say green beans while you're over there, I will just undock us.
Undock, bugger
And
off.
you can, and then you can come floating over if you want.
Mm-hmm.
All
And
right.
if you need us, just call. I guess we have comms.
Yeah.
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 Alrighty. You head on over. Shari locking or sealing the hatch behind you. You come down the main ramp. So this is a cargo hauler. It's mostly cargo space with a small living area a bunch of cabins. There would be 6 cabins. No, 4 cabins, each designed to sleep 4. A small medical bay, and then leading up a passageway. Leading up the passageway in one direction, the engines and flight controls, the cabin and the bridge and the flight controls, and then in the other direction, the engine and the controls for the sails, like the manual controls for sails, winding and winching mechanisms and so forth. You come down right spot bang in the middle of that in the crew bay, in the crew's main cabin. Having a look around, it would seem that a meal was in progress. The whole place is like the walls are all an off-white. It is grubby, but like in the manner of something that's reasonably well maintained, but just regularly used, and not for a particularly clean purpose. There is a small entertainment screen, little alcove in one corner for like a booth, essentially, but the main area is taken up by a sort of general meeting table at which food is served, and food has been served. There was a meal taking place, you would guess, for at least a half dozen folk. However, the half-eaten plates of food, probably for a variety of species, given the different food types and things, all half-eaten and abandoned. It doesn't take a check to go, this was, they got out of here, they did something, they stopped what they were doing very rapidly to react to something else.
Would a ship like this have like a safe room? Like, if the ship is compromised, like an area you can retreat to, that kind of...
No. Not as standard. The captain's cabin would probably have a decent lock on the door, but space piracy, despite Gedunk's background, isn't super common. This kind of ship, they would have insurance. So it's just like don't fight the pirates, just give them what they want, no one wants to die. In fact, historically, most people didn't fight pirates. Pirates didn't have to be violent very often. They were just like, no, we can't sail again if you die. So the answer would be no. It doesn't, and listening, you cannot hear anybody. The lights are on low. In fact, the lights are flickering. There is so little power. The air is, however, not stale.
Okay.
I think we need to know how long ago. Well, we don't need to, but it might help us to know how long ago this happened. So, Kenneth is going to eat some food.
Nice. By the way, while he does that, I will narrate quietly into our comms for Cherie to be aware if Cherie wants us to do something.
Yep, love it. Kenneth, some of the food, I reckon you have a look around. Can I get either a brain or a grit check? This will determine how... Basically, you can brain to figure out how old the food is before you eat it, or grit to determine how old it is after you've eaten
it. Definitely grit. And I rolled a nat 20.
Nice! Which explodes.
Which explodes.
Boom, bam, baby.
For an 8. So 28.
28.
Damn.
Is more than sufficient to not be violently ill. The food is 3 days old. But you tried something that was like, this doesn't age well. It's not nice, but it's not rotten. It's definitely this is well past its prime and should have been refrigerated. It is quite warm in here. I think that would be the big thing to note. The inside temperature would probably be up around 40 degrees.
Ooh, okay.
I mean, the ship parole did tell us that there was an explosion within. So if it's
Yes.
dying down, it's two things. It's the temperature is up, and also there's probably lack of oxygen. So as a person
The
who's
air
born
is
on a
good.
ship, I will. The air is good. Okay.
Which
As
is
a
odd,
person
because
who's like
the
born on a ship,
life support is actually
Could I
on fairly
know-
low.
yeah, could I know where on the ship usually they have like the oxygen generators? Like
That would
where
be
would people be
in
hiding?
the engine bay. What's interesting, Gadunk, space is cold, right? You know this.
Yes.
And life support system, very useful. Keeps you breathing and keeps the place relatively cool. The fact that the ship is A, warm when it should be cool, and the air is good when it shouldn't be, despite there being very
Strange.
little power, is odd.
Yeah, it's very
Yeah.
strange.
40 is pretty toasty. Arlette probably quite likes it.
Could I? Is there like
Hey,
a? Is there like a? Some sort of, I suppose, digital like login anywhere in this room?
Like a computer terminal.
Yeah, like a computer
Yeah.
terminal. Sorry, words hard.
Yeah,
to make
absolutely. The doors to the room is an octagon. One corner has a sort of a slightly private alcove for media viewing that would seat about 6. Then 4 of the 8 walls also have doors in them for individual cabins. One would be the officer's cabin. The captain and the first mate would sleep in there. The other 3 are have bunks in them, 4 or 6. For the rest of the crew, there would definitely be a console in the officer's cabin. Then the front door, so the front wall and the back wall would have doors in them that lead down passageways. So most of the walls have doors in them. So yeah, you can absolutely try to log into the ship's mainframe while you're actually on board. So a brains check to do that.
6.
A 6. You are able to get surface level information, but this is the officer's cabin, so you would need the officer's login codes to get anything complicated. You would get that the last time the ship was the ship's computer was activated was 3 days ago. You also find a warning saying cargo unstable, time to achieve minimum safe distance 21 minutes and counting.
Oh shit! That's
And I
not good.
think we'll leave it there.
Arlette gets very blue. She's standing at the terminal and all the green is draining out. She's just getting bluer and bluer again.
Very blue.
Oy, oy. Thank God Cherie's on there, ready to like start the fucking throttle. as
Start
soon
the
as we
fucking
leave.
engines!
Yeah.
So the thing about solar sails is that it's a slow continual thrust. You don't normally you pick up speed slowly but gradually, but like over time can get to extreme speeds. But yeah, they don't tend to be particularly maneuverable in the short. Just as it was getting interesting, I'm sorry, Quad. I'm just aware of the time. So we will.
That's a good place to stop.
I thought it was a
Yeah.
good place to stop. Let us do a quick little round of favorite moments. We'll do one favorite moment each. So we will direct it. Pick one for for the group. And then we will head on our merry. Guys. Let's. I'm gonna roll it. I will. Quad, actually, can you roll me a d5 in chat, please? Exclamation mark roll space the number 5, because it turns out I don't have a 5-sided dice in my tray. Weird. I have seen them. Oh, the baby.
It's just a 6-sided dice with one round side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a 5. That's Keren. Favorite Arlette moment. Keren, no, well, actually, no, it works the other way around. What's your favorite moment, Keren?
Definitely the. Oh God, I cannot word tonight. I'm sorry. The collaborative mooning by Kenneth and Gedunk as we were pulling out of the spaceport. Both for the initial suggestion and then the collaborative execution of the suggestion was wonderful.
Tony is on it. Next up for a favorite moment, Jon.
I really enjoyed everyone's character building. I really enjoyed like the dam in the room. I enjoyed changing the crew locator to be a challenge avoider. I enjoyed like the dance routines. Like everybody put in some really cool stuff with making the characters.
It's such a as a means of character generation and sort of group generation, it's such a clever system. They do so much work in the before you even start. Yeah, you come in with a good idea of who they are. Yeah,
Session 0 is built in, which is very good.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And I think you'd have a much less good game without it. Daria, favorite favorite moment rather.
Favorite moment. I mean, the ending is really cool because, like, yeah, this is spooky. I don't know what's happening. I have like a couple theories, but it's so far pretty spooky. I'm excited to see what happens.
Thank you. Then Tony rolled a 2, which was a me actually. That's who we've got left. It's me and Ardanna. My favorite moment was, I loved. So there were, I've definitely heard Gedunk and Arlette have character voices. I really enjoy both of your character voices. It's always fun because Keren plays a lot on this channel, so I see a lot of what Keren does. And actually, Daria's generated a few recently as well. It's just fun to see how you personalize each character. That's really lovely. That's really great. Also, Tony loves when Daria removed her glasses, her camera went out of focus.
Oh no! My
No,
God.
it's just fun though. That's amusing. Tony says favorite moment Daria's propeller hat. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I really love that you
Yay!
just
I haven't used it yet.
you've rebranded Julio's child persona as a whole new thing.
Yeah, I don't know. I like a stinky kid. I think it's fun. I enjoy it. You know.
Yeah. Ardanna, favorite moment.
Well, Tony kind of stole it, the propeller hat, but I think the fact that it turned out that our crew is probably the worst equipped for interplanetary travel ever.
Hey, you're good at actually the traveling bit. It's everything else that.
Yeah, it's like two people who would love to poke stuff because it's fun. One that can be challenged into it with no problems, and one who is a child.
Pirate child, thank you very much.
And a saboteur.
Yeah, pirate child. But like, yeah, we're so cooked.
Yeah. Bodes well. Love it. Alrighty. I too am looking forward to see where this is going. Guys, thank you very much for coming and hanging out with us this evening. It's been an absolute pleasure streaming for you tonight. I've had a lovely time. I hope these guys have too. Who have we got to go to? Well, we could drop a raid over on the Mr. Mike Moans. I think that would be a nice thing to do, so we'll drop a raid over there. When we head on over to Mike, show them love like we always do. We'll be back next Thursday at the very least for more Teens in Space. I'll see if I can rope myself into doing some Skyrim on Tuesday as well. Unfortunately, Keren doesn't have access to the computer at the moment because she's in a different city. So it'll have to be me playing Skyrim, but I could always play Karen's game for her. We won't be doing that.
Inventory management.
That's not playing.
She's
Join us
lucky
for
I
3
do
hours
actually
of
quite
Josh
enjoy it.
swearing as he sorts through my 10,000
Why do you
swords.
have-
And piles of lavender that I've just been picking for no reason.
Cool. So yeah, we'll be back then, guys. So 3 of your favorite Raven emotes up in chat. Tell Mike where you came from. Show them love like we always do. And we'll see you same bad time, same bad channel on Tuesday night for some more Skyrim, or Thursday for some more teens in space. We'll see where this is going. Say goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Don't forget to like and subscribe, you wee scallywags. Avast for now. Whee!